lineups today. Time now for today's officiating crew, being brought to you by Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and in Wheelersburg. Stultz Pharmacy, they offer fast and professional prescription service, medical supplies, gifts, and a whole lot more. Stop by and see for yourself why Stultz Pharmacy more than just a pharmacy. Our three-man crew today will be Mark Lester, Chad Sowards, and P.R. Stevens. Back in 1 minute, we'll have the tip-off between East Carter and Portsmouth West. Back in 1 minute on the Cool Hit Sports GCHS TV network. Starting lineups being introduced. Portsmouth West will be in their all-white home jerseys today. Orange and black trim. The East Carter Raiders on their visiting dark blue jerseys with the red trim. Raiders on the back, East Carter on the front, and all blue. Binion will tip off against Nick Davis. Again, the officials, Mark Lester, Chad Sowards, P.R. Stevens, brought to you by Stultz Pharmacy, Greenup and Wheelersburg. More than just a pharmacy. Decent crowd, Mr. Collier, but Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock, and I know you love this December weather of 65 degrees, sunshine.
Don't make me fight you.
Well, anyway, here we go. East Carter will get the tip. Tussey has it to the left corner. He has a headband for every uniform they wear.
I love it.
Today it's blue. Last night it was white.
He's very fashionable.
Moorhead last week when we were down there, it was red. Santa was nice to him. They pass in between the circles. This will be Dameron. Dameron into the paint. Hunter Binion misses everything. Don't want that start from Binion. Didn't do so well, according to Brandon Baker yesterday. Here come the Senators. They're going to pass around circles in their white uniforms. This will be Cole. Picks up his dribble. Good defense by the Raiders. Cole's fall down. Layup, though, goes the other way to Luke Howard.
Nice give and go there. Luke Howard slipped through the backside of the screen and kind of got a man tangled up there and couldn't get free. Excuse me.
Dameron to Hicks. Right side. Now I'm going to bring it to Adams. He stops at the elbow. Here comes Binion. Baseline shot from the right side. Good by Hunter Binion. We're tied at 2.
Nice take there by Hunter. That's a shot he does really well with, of being able to transition down the floor and getting into those positions.
2-2 as Dylan Cole for the Senators brings it down. He's on the right side. Man-to-man defense. Taken away by East Carter. Binion with the basketball. Outlook pass to Micah Adams. And a layup miss from the right side. Rebounded up, though, by Binion.
And that's a key for East Carter, is getting Hunter Binion going quickly. And a great follow there by the big man to get in there and put that one back in.
Definitely want that from him today and the other folks. Just disappointed game yesterday, but today, as we mentioned, it's a new day. Nick Davis has it, and it's taken away by Tussey, now taken away by Portsmouth West. Cole has it. He's double teamed. Right corner shot by Howard, no. Rebound tip up and blocked, though, by the Raiders. That was Dameron blocking the shot on Brennan Bauer, and Bauer will get a couple free throws.
They'll get the foul on Donovan Dameron, his first, team's first. Clock resting with 6:10 to go here in the first, and Mr. Bauer at the Cisco Properties free throw line for 2.
First one good. Watching him yesterday in the first game, very scrappy kid, going after loose balls, trying to get the rebounds, and he gets that free throw to go for 3.
Ethan Miller checking in for Braden Hicks.
That one off the iron, no good. Binion with the board. Binion playing point guard. He's going to cross the stripe here at the greenhouse, go coast to coast. Shot is blocked by Cole. We come the other way. Portsmouth West likes to get up and down transition. That's what they did yesterday, and that's what they're doing right now. Quickly down the court, spin shot goes in good. That was pretty.
He had 18 last night in the losing effort, but fills it out very nice. And it's one of those things, as you pointed out, this team likes to go fast.
Luke Howard with the bucket. Each Carter tries the answer with a triple, and they do, as Adams nails it from the outside.
4 of 21 last night were the Raiders. Adams was the first three-pointer of the game. Last night, that 5-0 run, another big one right there.
Code, nice spin move, cut off. Now he'll pull up and shoot off the iron. No good. Follows his shot. He's in trouble under the baseline. Throws it out of bounds. Turnover.
Bradley Cherry has a nice pickup right there on that one.
Connor Goodman, who had good minutes for Coach Baker yesterday, will check in.
He'll get Micah Adams. That's one thing Coach Baker has this year, about 9 players that he can roll out on the floor at any given time and be able to use in any aspect of the game that he needs to. And that's one of the things he said in the preseason was he really liked the depth that this team has. Is now East Carter's going to pick up an offensive foul with Connor Goodman and an illegal screen.
His first team second. Raiders up 7-5, 5:18 to go here in the first. Coming up, the championship game, Rock Castle County and the Greenup County Musketeers. Coleman crosses the stripe, being guarded closely by Dameron. Now driving right baseline. Howard shot up, no. Rebounded by Binion, nope, lost it. Now gets it back. Outlet pass comes to Dameron off the window, good.
Nice pull up right there.
The bank's open here at 2 o'clock in Lloyd. 9-5 East Carter.
And that's a shot he feels very comfortable with, especially working off that left side for the southpaw.
Ethan Miller's in the lineup now for the Raiders. Goodman bumps the Code, no call. And a dangerous pass goes into the paint to Code, loses it out of bounds, but they're going to say it went off Goodman.
They're trying to run a nice back screen. If they kick it to the corner and then back screen the guy at the top that makes the pass. And East Carter's doing a great job beating them to the spot, and that's one of the reasons why Code could make that pass.
Bauer throws it in out front to Coe. Coe with the basketball, dribbling around in between the circles and picks up his dribble. Binion with the steal. Binion got fouled in the backcourt. Looks like Binion's come to play today.
Well, he's one of those kids that he has the ability to really turn things up. But he needs to get off to an early start, and that seems like what he's done here so far. Here comes substitutes for both sides for Portsmouth West. Dylan Coe will come off. Marion Phillips, who had a big game last night, will come back on. Adams and Hicks will come in as Dameron and Binion will sit.
Tussey misses the 8-footer in and out, no good. Rebound over the back should have been Marion Phillips with the foul, no call. Here come the Senators. Senators want to run. This will be Coleman. He's cut off, double team, throws it into the paint. Nice pass off the window, good by Luke Howard. He's got 6. 2-point game for the Raiders, 9-7. Tussey crosses the GC here at the greenhouse. Going to go left side, 8 feet from the left elbow. Brings it out, to Hicks. Hicks out to Miller. Passing around, now Hicks has it.
Oh, they had it. They had him on that back screen. That's one of their signature plays they like to run. They missed Connor Goodman wide open on the block.
Never saw him. He would have had an easy bucket, too. He was standing there, had all day. Goodman pulls up his dribble, going to hand it to Hicks. Hicks falls down with the basketball. Turnover. Here come the Senators. Quickly down court. Coleman's going to work the left side of the floor, get it back from the pass. Out to Bauer. Bauer left side to Phillips. Trying to throw it into Davis, and it wasn't there that time. Now Bauer's going to penetrate. Shot blocked out of bounds by Hicks.
East Carter doing a great job of taking away that slip screen. They're trying to run over the top. They're kicking from the opposite side and trying to roll over that top screen. East Carter doing a great job sagging back underneath, taking that away.
Bauer inbounds to Phillips. Phillips quickly now to Davis. And there's a bump on Miller.
Be his first team's third. Clock resting, 3:16 to go. Here comes Donovan Dameron back into the ball game.
After today, of course, you've had the Christmas break. Then East Carter will be off till the 3rd or 4th. Next Friday, they'll host Russell. Russell down in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, in a tournament down there. Bauer has it, 1.2 rebounds. Miller just went in and grabbed him and tied him up. Nice defensive effort there by Miller. And Binion will come in for Tussey for East Carter. East Carter 4 of 8 early shooting. Portsmouth 3 of 8. And just like that, bucket good. by Nick Davis.
The 4-0 run for the Senators.
Binion gets a nice pass off the glass, good.
And that's a great look there by Micah Adams, who gets the defensive help on the backside and dumps it over to Binion, who can keep it up nice and high.
East Carter looks like they got a little bit more sportability this afternoon. Foul as Howard was driving to the bucket.
If that's on Dameron, that's 2. Now they'll get that one on Micah Adams. That was dangerous around the point guard of Dameron. He's already got an early foul.
Portsmouth West to inbounds. Bauer has it. Looking, still looking now. Outlet pass comes to Phillips. Ooh, almost taken away by Dameron, and he does. Dameron goes left side off the window. Too strong. Follows his shot into the hands of Binion. Binion can't come up with it. It's one of those things yesterday, too, James. East Carter misses a lot of those easy shots. Dameron getting too close, trying to make the steal, and that is his second foul now.
And Brandon Baker quickly has to turn and say, Trevin Tussey getting the game. Great hustle play there, and Dameron, it was one of those things that you're almost too open. And he got himself in a bad angle when he went for that layup. Couldn't finish it up.
Pass to Howard, now the top of the key, Coleman. Bauer's going to come around and get it. He's about 2 feet from the top of the key. They pass around. East Carter in a man-to-man. Bauer, top of the key jumper, will go in good.
He likes shooting in this building. He gets that favorable roll.
Portsmouth West now with the lead of 12-11. 2 minutes to go. Jumper on the shot by Adams.
We'll get Marion Phillips on the personal. Got him on the elbow on the way up. And Micah Adams, the Cisco Properties free throw line for 2. For all your storage needs, see the good folks at Cisco Properties.
Adams yesterday, 2 out of 3 from the free throw line, makes that one.
That was one of the bugaboos last night for East Carter. 7 of 17, 41% from the charity stripe.
Makes them both.
That's a night where you shoot 41% from the charity stripe. You shoot 4 of 21 from the three-point line. It's a long night.
Yeah, nothing was going either way as East Carter will commit the foul.
Look at that one on Binion.
Binion.
And again, it was the thing. East Carter was down double digits and then clawed its way in, had it down to 4 there in the final minutes. Just never could get over that hump. And again, the shooting woes last night really kind of plagued the Raiders much of the night.
Bauer gets the long out pass to Phillips. Pretty pass in the paint to Coleman. Short, rebounded Miller. Miller's got it, and he's going to drive, bring it down the paint to Tussey. Tussey's 3 ball is blocked. Didn't see the guy coming. And contact as it goes off. Portsmouth West, Tussey and Phillips bumped. They exchanged a few words, and I don't think was, how was your Christmas?
Oh, absolutely.
How's the weather? Collier loves it when it's 70 degrees in December. Nice pass to Miller to give and go. Nice job.
And that was more on the hands of Trevin Tussey, the patience that he allowed that play. He had a man off on the other side. He could have got it to Binion. He let the second man come through, and he was wide open as he split the defenders. Great job.
15-12. Bauer, don't want to leave him open. He just drained a 1-3 while ago. Driving to the paint. Coleman shot up. No, got fouled. Coleman will get a couple free throws, and fouls starting to pile up on East Carter.
Team foul number 7. So they're in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first half as Coleman will step to the Cisco Property free throw line for 2.
First one up and good.
Here comes Timmy Pope. Saw some action latter part of the game last night. He'll check in for Braden Hicks, and Luke Bradford will check in for Luke Howard.
15-13 on that free throw. Coleman makes it 15-14. 1-point lead for the Raiders. Tussey bunny hop crosses the stripe. Works the right side of the floor, picks up his dribble. Now bounce pass into Pope. Pope just off the bench. He's in trouble. Shot up too strong. Got to credit, though. He was working to get it. Bradford with the rebound. And here come the Senators. East Carter still on the man-to-man. Coach Hoffer said, give Phillips the basketball. Phillips doesn't get it, but getting the ball was Davis. Misses a running jumper. Rebound up, and it's money for Coleman.
Again, it's one of those things, the rebound's just kind of clanging over top of the Raiders' heads right into the hands of Portsmouth West, is standing outside.
And that's what I was going to say. They're boxing out well, but the ball is going over far enough over the head that they can't get it. That time, Tussey with the bucket and one coming up.
Actually, they'll get that one on Miller as he had the strong drive there. The foul will go against Bauer.
Okay, my fault.
That's all good. Just here to help, my friend.
I know. I need it today. Cisco Properties free throw line missed by Miller. And with 31 seconds, East Carter losing a man in the back court. Bradford from about 8 feet out baseline count it. They can shoot the basketball.
Yeah, that's something I talked with a couple people about this team coming into the tournament. They said it's if they can stay out of the foul trouble and the turnovers, which is one of the things that's hurt them so much this season. Currently in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, but a very solid team. They move the basketball very well.
Tussey will get it from Micah Adams. Running jumper, good. Different team on the floor today, no question.
Without a doubt.
Playing a whole lot better. We've played one quarter at the Greenhouse, the consolation game between Portsmouth West and East Carter. After one, East Carter leads at 19-18. Back in a moment on the GCHS TV Cool Hits Sports Network. Enjoy a 1-point lead of 19-18. East Carter 8-15 from the field. Portsmouth West 7-14. Free throws 2 of 3 for the Raiders, 3 of 4. Portsmouth West leading the category in rebounds 10-4. Raider basketball, quarter number 2. Tried to throw it into Miller. It goes out of bounds, and Mr. Official says it will stay with East Carter. So if you're Brandon Baker, you're definitely liking this first quarter compared to yesterday.
Yeah, that's one of the things so far is they're being very strong with the ball, and that was one of the things he was frustrated with last night. Felt they just did not control the basketball very well.
Tussey long three, no good. Pope up, too strong. Gets it again, up again. No, Pope again with the basketball up. No, got fouled. Great effort by Timmy Pope. Was not stopping in the paint. Brandon Baker likes it.
That's 3 offensive rebounds right there. They'll get a foul on Brennan Bauer. That's his second, team's 4th. And Timmy Pope, you pointed out there, you like the work ethic. He comes off the bench, only played maybe about 4 minutes last night. Jumps in there and grabs 3 offensive rebounds.
He'll get another one from the Cisco Properties free throw line. Cisco Properties, they offer safe, clean, and reasonable storage space. And the right-hander off the iron, no good. Rebounded strong by Rodney Moore, who's checked in for Portsmouth West. 2018, a 2-point lead for East Carter. Taken away by Miller. Turnover. Miller's going to drive, go to the hoop, where a layup good by Miller.
Miller is really filling it here in the early parts of this game.
I think most of them are. Total different look to this team in the blue jersey today. Like they got their legs back or something. Not taking anything away from Portsmouth West right now. Don't get me wrong, but East Carter's is playing better.
Hunter Binion just picked up his second personal.
Nick Davis will go to the Cisco Properties free throw line for the bonus. Isaac Walker checks in for Binion. It's just underway here on the second. It's a 22-18 lead. But Davis is at the free throw line, misses it. Rebound, Pope. Pope quickly out front. He's going to throw it to the left elbow to Adams. And Boggs, or excuse me, not Boggs, but Walker, who just checked in, misses the rebound and double dribble called on Adams.
And nothing against Micah. He gave himself away. He knew that he had done it. I think if he plays on, he probably gets away with it.
He tried to.
That's one of the things I love about Micah so much is he's such a hard player, but he's such a level-headed kid. You just never know what to expect from him. His facial expression said it all. He's like,
he knew.
He's like, did I just do that?
He knew. Bradford, long, hard drive to Moore. Moore misses it, but it'll stay with Portsmouth West. Rodney Moore's a big kid. That's a good matchup between Moore and Timmy Pope.
There's Coe back on as he'll replace Bradford.
Throwing the ball in will be Coe. Slaps the basketball.
Never a big fan of that.
I just don't know what it means. Why are you slapping it? You've got it in your hand. Throw it in. Moore out to Davis. Davis shy at the top of the key. The pass to Coe. Tessie on him. Coe looking, brings it out. Almost taken away by Miller and over and back. Going to call a foul on Miller.
Oh, a late whistle there. Very late whistle.
I thought he was going to get him for over in the back.
So that's going to get team foul number 9. Nick Davis back to the Cisco Properties free throw line for the one and bonus. Goodman back on for the Raiders as Ethan Miller will have to sit. The fouls are piling up for the Raiders.
9-4 on the scoreboard. Davis from the Cisco Properties free throw line. First one is no good. Rebound went off Pope, I believe. It should be with Portsmouth West. Good call. Can't fault Timmy's effort trying to get it.
Coach Brandon Baker jumps out of his seat, pleading his case.
High lob comes into Moore. Had the shot, brings it back out now to Coe. Coe's going to set up the offense against Connor Goodman. Bring it to the right side. Coleman has it, puts it on the floor, looking. High lob pass to Coe. Coe working on Goodman, gets a screen. High lob goes to no one as Brandon Baker just got a technical foul. He wasn't letting up.
No. He was going to get his money's worth on that one. He was not giving up until he got it. He stood on the baseline and pleaded his case, and he was not stopping until the official let him have it.
Howard will shoot the technical foul free throws. First one up, no good. Something sparked him.
I think he was upset over the play where Timmy Pope had the ball and it got bumped from behind. It went out of bounds, and they gave the basketball to Portsmouth West, and he said, I understand the ball went out of bounds. My guy got absolutely murdered from behind, and no call. So maybe there's the old adage, the ball doesn't lie.
Howard misses the free throws, but Portsmouth West gets it on the technical foul. It's 22-18. Close one here at Greenhouse. Howard throws it in to Moore. Moore can't find the bucket. Rebounded East Carter. Tessie, he's going to go to the top of the key, bring it out from the left elbow. Not a good shot. Not a good shot at all. He's going to get Timmy Pope over the back on the rebound. I think he forced that one, Coach.
Yeah, he was out of control, and I think he was looking for a different direction to go, and the only thing he could do was try to pull that one up and shoot it from the elbow. We're going to go to the other end and shoot double bonus now. 5:53 to go here in the second quarter, and this one's going to, I think we're going to see the free throw line quite a bit here.
Yeah. Slow quarter here just due to the fact of the fouls. And Rodney Moore looking for his first points from the Cisco Properties free throw line. Gets it. Moore, a big, tall, right, lanky shooter, gets it. And now an over back call on Portsmouth West. Davis. Only the third team foul called on the Senators here in the second quarter. East Carter, though, still hanging on to a 22-19 lead. Tussie drives, running jumper, no good. Goodman gets the rebound. He's at the left baseline, back to Tussie. Tussie 8 feet out, too short, rebounded by Moore of Portsmouth West. Senators fans starting to get fired up here. Their team down 22-19. Bill Hafer standing, coaching. Coach Baker sitting after the technical foul.
He'll be seatbelted down in that chair the rest of the ball game.
Coleman has it, trying to throw it in. Two more, nothing there. Tussey, good defense on Coleman. But now Coleman gets by him, and a no-look pass up and good. That was pretty. Moore with the bucket.
Nice little pick and roll there, and drew the defensive help and allowed Moore to get underneath Tussey.
The 1 point lead.
He was fortunate not to pick up his personal foul there.
So a good start by East Carter, but then right now, a little lid on the basket as Adams cannot connect. Portsmouth West can take the lead with this score. Layup, good. Timeout, Brandon Baker. Coleman went right by everybody in the blue jersey. And Coleman's got 6 points, 4 rebounds now. Here in the second quarter, the 30-second timeout stops the clock at 4:41. This 30-second timeout being brought to you by Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. For complete collision repair work at prices that you can afford, see the professionals at Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. They can get your vehicle looking brand new again. That's Monroe Collision Center. So a good start for East Carter. Still a long way to go, no question about that, but not having the second quarter like they had in the first quarter.
Well, and a lot of that is because of the fact of those starters are sitting on the bench.
Right.
You look on the bench right now, you've got Donovan Dameron, Braden Hicks, Hunter Binion. That's 3 of your starting 5. And then Ethan Miller, who came out and had a strong first quarter, he's sitting right there with them. So East Carter having to find another way to do it right now with some of the subs and some kids that haven't seen a lot of varsity action, and some have really stepped up big, and one of those is a guy with the basketball right now, Timmy Pope.
Tussey from the left elbow. Nice look into Connor Goodman. He misses the bunny. Knocked out of bounds by Timmy Pope. That's one of those things Timmy needs to learn to go up and grab it and not trying to get it. Effort was there, though. Since he's come off the bench, James, he's played pretty well.
Absolutely. I've got him with 6 rebounds.
4:15 in the second quarter.
3 of those offensive in one series.
Goes to the right side to Davis. And a turnaround jumper short by Howard. Rebound, Goodman. Goodman's going to find Adams, and he walked with the basketball. Turnover. 4:02 to go before the Leaf Clark Wealth Management halftime show.
Coach Baker jumps up, claps for his guys, said, come on, next play, let's go. And that's one of the things. You've got to put that one behind you, move forward. Got to snap a 5-0 run right now that the Senators are currently on.
Dylan Cole cut off by Goodman, and nice defense by Timmy Pope. This young man's come to play this afternoon. Adams has it out front to Goodman. Goodman, who will drive, left-hand layup. Good, that was pretty. And they're going to check on a Senator player who hit the floor hard.
That's Luke Howard.
On the other end.
Here comes Hicks and Isaac Boggs.
Stop the clock with 3:40 to go. The league goes back and forth. East Carter now 24-23 as Luke Howard still trying to shake off the fall. And it was just a hustle play. He just went to the floor and landed pretty hard. Senators down 1, 24-23. They crossed the stripe. Dribble drive to the right side to Davis. Davis is going to bring it out to Coleman. Pass into Moore. He didn't want it. Now Davis will try a long 3 off the iron. No good. Tipped by Moore. Shot partially blocked, and the Senators will reset. Here's a 3 ball from the top of the key. It's Coleman. Count it.
Largest lead of the afternoon for the Senators.
26-24. We're down to 3 minutes to go. Tussey works the left side.
8-2 run currently.
Brings out the Boggs. Now to Adams. Back to Tussey. And he got bumped. Tried to make a move. Didn't mean to make the foul. Was Luke Howard, but he bumped him. Howard's first foul. 6th team foul. And across the way, Boggs will inbounds for the Raiders. To Tussey. Tussey right baseline, puts it on the floor. No look pass over to Adams. Shot up good. Strong move there by Micah Adams.
There's not a lot you're going to do to disrupt Micah Adams at that position.
Tied at 26. our second tie of the day. Phillips has it. Back out to Davis. Davis going to drive, stop at the free throw line. To Howard. To Davis. Davis will drive, jumper, no. Rebounded East Carter. 2:10 to go, we're tied at 26. Straight to the hoop, missing the shot was Adams. Rebound Portsmouth West. Outlet pass comes to Davis, good.
And that was a great look by Coleman to look up and see that he had Davis already slipping out the backside. And here's another great job by East Carter as Adams had it, a tie up, and couldn't finish on the reverse layup.
28-26, minute 52 to go. Coming up again, the Leaf Clark Management halftime show. Goodman waiting on his man in the backcourt. Coleman will bring it in, throw it to Davis. Davis is now going to set up the offense. And Coach Hafer wants a timeout. 30-second timeout. And we'll keep it here courtside. This 30-second timeout being brought to you by Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State for complete collision repair work at prices you can afford. See the pros at Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. They can get your vehicle looking brand new again. That's Monroe Collision Center. So still, James, both teams kind of filling each other out, lead going back and forth. Right now, Center's up with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, and it's one of the things of just trying to – the big thing with East Carter is it had a lot of consistency in the first quarter, and then it got a lot of guys in foul trouble, and that's when things kind of went awry for the Raiders. And it's sustainability right now. If it can find a way to get itself into the locker room, get those starters back out there, because we saw the start that Hunter Binion had. He was so solid to just open up this basketball game. 6 points, 3 rebounds, sitting on the bench for quite some time, though, with those personal fouls.
Coleman drives in traffic. Tussey reached in, got away with the foul. Count it from Coleman. He's having a nice half. Coleman's got 11 points, 5 rebounds, 30-26. Portsmouth West with a 4-point lead, but nope. Braden Hicks changes that with a triple. 30-29 East Carter, down by 1. Across the way, Davis. Davis gets a pick, now throws it over to Moore. Moore up, no good. Rebound, though, by Phillips. Portsmouth West from the free throw line. Odd-looking shot, but it went in by Howard. Shooting that one a little off balance.
Howard with 8 points in the ball game.
Under a minute, 32-29, Raider basketball. Adams left side to Boggs. Into Tussey, loses the basketball. Turnover taken away by Portsmouth West.
5th turnover for the ball game for the Raiders.
Portsmouth West just reached in and stole it. Down to 31 seconds to go. Davis walked with it. Good call.
8th turnover for the Senators as Boggs will come off. Walker back on.
27.6 seconds left. 32-29 your score. Raider basketball.
And a great chance here for East Carter. They can tie this or take it down to 1 going into the locker room, but you want to execute here. Be patient, get the set you want, run it through, and what they're going to do is they're going to try to curl off the screens on the baseline and look for that second guy through. Much like we saw earlier on with Connor Goodman, if they'll be patient with it, they'll get exactly what they're after.
Walker out to Tussey. Tussey's going to drive, no look pass
there
right
it was.
side. Shove up. Good,
and
got
1.
fouled. Good call, Coach Collier.
Good penetration, being patient up top. Brought the help side defense, kicks it out to Adams, and Adams finishes strong.
32-31. This free throw can tie it at 32.
So we'll get the foul on Davis, his 2nd, team's 7th.
Adams misses a free throw from the Cisco Properties free throw line at the horn. Had plenty of time, had about 3 seconds left. But throws it over the backboard, and a really good half of basketball here in the consolation game from Greenup County High School. We're at halftime. And Portsmouth West, the Senators lead at 32-31. And we'll be back in just a couple moments. This is the Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic on the GCHS TV Cool Hits Sports Network. the Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic here at the Greenhouse. Kent Robinson, James Collier, and Coach Collier, if you're Coach Baker, still a few flaws in the first half, but you're still going to be happy. You're playing a lot better than you did this time yesterday.
Well, the one thing that jumps out on me on the stat sheet right now, 2 of 5 from three-point land, and I think that's the Raiders being more selective on shots, not settling for shots. I thought they really settled for a lot of uncontested open looks from the three-point line, but they just simply were not falling last night, and that was one of the things that allowed Rockcastle County. They really backed off of that 2-3 zone, that 1-2-2 zone drop, really packed it in, and it's one of the things to beat a zone, you've got to hit open shots. And when you're not hitting those shots, it allows the team to really kind of sag back and clog up the paint. And that's one of the things that took away East Carter's drive last night. But then Coach Baker even said, well, we couldn't hit the shot, so let's drive in there, but we wouldn't drive in there either. So
right.
I like the way the Raiders open up this basketball game. And the more important thing is that the fact of 3 starters on the bench for much of the second quarter, and the Raiders are only 1 point down right now. I like the drive. Timmy Pope coming off the bench was huge. Timmy jumped in and really went to work for this Raiders team. 6 rebounds, 3 offensive on one series. Drew a foul, got to the free throw line, hit one of those 2. And I think maybe that's the spark that East Carter really drives off of. Another key element in this game, the technical foul from Coach Baker, I think that really sparked his team. They really jumped back into that one. But a nice run there by Portsmouth West, an 8-2 run that got them in front. East Carter answered, had a chance to tie it going in. Adams couldn't hit the free throw line, or hit the free throw, But a really good job there by the Raiders to keep this at a 1-point deficit in the locker room.
Yeah, another good thing for Coach Baker, the starters that went out with just the 2 fouls, they'll be back in to, I would think, to start the third quarter of play. When we come back, we'll take a look at the scoring and some stats as you're tuned in to the Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. 32-31 is your score. Senators over East Carter. Back in a moment on the GCHS TV Cool Hit Sports Network. As we look at your scoring and stands here in the first half of play for the Portsmouth West Senators. Right now, Nick Davis has 4 points. Luke Howard's got 8. Dylan Cole played 7 minutes but has not scored. Brendan Bauer has 4 points. Noah Coleman with 11. Luke Bradford has 2. And Rodney Moore has 3 for the Portsmouth West Senators. 5 offensive rebounds in the game for Portsmouth West. They've got 13 defensive rebounds for a total of 18. No assists, no steals, 2 blocks, and only 8 turnovers for Portsmouth West there in the first half of play. And for the East Carter Raiders, scoring looks like this. You've got Connor Goodman. He's got 2 points. Micah Adams with 9. Braden Hicks has 3. Trevin Tussey with 2. And Adams and Tussey have played the entire game with 16 minutes of action. Donovan Dameron has 2 points. Ethan Miller, 6. Hunter Binion with 6. And Timmy Pope with 1. 32-31. Lead has gone back and forth the entire afternoon. Looking at some stats, the Raiders have 5 offensive rebounds, 9 defensively, for a total of 14 rebounds, no assists, no steals, 2 blocks, and 5 turnovers. So really taking care of the basketball, and as James alluded to, a lot better three-point shooting than what it was yesterday. 1 of 11 today. Not bad at all. You're looking at 2 of 5, and Coach Baker's going to be happy about that.
And I think the biggest thing is not settling for shots, taking the shots when they're there. We saw Micah hit the first three-pointer of the ball game for the Raiders, and it was a very good shot. The last one we saw there by Braden Hicks, a good open shot, and it's one of the things. Execute your offense, run things through, and if you're patient, when you get that swing, everything is right there what they want. And I think one of the things they want to talk about in the locker room, they've got to be patient on that backdoor screen. We saw a couple times there in the first half. They had the guy coming through. They had Connor Goodman open twice, wide open on the block, and just simply missed him. You have to be patient. It's one of the things East Carter does. This is an East Carter type of game. Outside of that 19-18 first quarter, really slowing things down. We see the points kind of go down a little bit, that grinded out kind of game. And I think that we see a lot more execution. It'll be interesting to see how East Carter opens up when they get the starting 5 back out on the floor.
That'll wrap up the Leaf Clark Wealth Management halftime show. Back in a moment on the Cool Hits GCHS TV Sports Network. Back to action we go. Tussey connects on a 2-pointer for East Carter to start the third quarter. Then coming back the other way, Luke Howard hits a triple, and it's 34-33 Senator basketball. Layup missed up and no good by Davis, but he got fouled over the back on East Carter. First foul of the half goes to the Raiders.
Howard made a great job there of getting the baseline. And that's a quick third personal foul on Hunter Binion. Will Coach Baker roll the dice and leave him out there? So far, yes, as Howard connects on the front end. One more. Give him 11 in the basketball game now.
Shooting from the Cisco Properties free throw line. And makes it 36-33 on the Gratis tosses. 3-point lead. Here come the Raiders in the front court. Driving right side with the basketball. Hicks out front to Tussey. Tussey will bring it back to Hicks. Tussie's on the left side. Coach Baker saying play hard. Binion with those 3 fouls, got to be careful now. Tussie at the right baseline, shot partially blocked. Tussie got away with an overback foul and come the other way. Coleman with the basketball. Miller will check in for East Carter at the next opportunity. Bauer bounced past to Coleman. Now to Howard. Howard top to top key, going to hand it to Bauer. Bauer's going to drive. Shot blocked by East Carter. That was Hicks getting the block. Dameron's going to go coast to coast. Got fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's one thing that you lose with Donovan Dameron off the floor. Talking with Coach Baker last Saturday, and he said one of the things he's really noticed about him over this season is how much that he's really had to step up as a leader. And he's doing a great job of that as he gets the soft roll there on the backside. Tussie will come off. Ethan Miller back on.
Free throw makes it 36-34. As Dameron gets another one from the Cisco Properties free throw line. Put it up and good. Been a close affair all afternoon long. 1 point lead now for Portsmouth West. They face a press, but break it with no problem. Nice give and go. Shot missed though by Howard. Got underneath the basket. Long pass to Miller. Layup good.
It's like watching Ethan Miller on a soccer field. Just chip it out to him, and he'll go stick it in the net.
37-36. The Raiders take the 1 point lead back at 5:54 in the Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. Bauer, ball top of his head, puts it on the floor. Bounce pass over to Coleman. Little weave working now with Coe out front with it. Miller on him. Brings it back out, working on the left side. Miller still on him. Coe dribbling between the legs with no points. Coe has it, looking into the pass. Bauer has it. Bauer out of control. And now a long 3 ball is short by Portsmouth West. Davis. Come the other way. Pull up jumper left side too strong. That one was missed by Adams. Layup good by Binion on the rebound.
And one thing I like there about Binion is how he takes that one straight back up. Did not bring it back down and gets the nice stuff in. We'll get a full timeout here by Portsmouth West.
5:17 to go in the third. 39-36 Raiders. Back in a moment on the GCHS TV Cool Hits Sports Network. Coach Bill Hafer takes a full timeout as the Raiders extend their lead to 3, 39-36, and a turnover in the front court. Adams couldn't come up with it. Now he does. Adams going to drive off the glass. Reverse layup. No. Binion with the rebound, and should be an overback foul, I think, on Portsmouth West. Nice hustle there, James Scarry, by Adams.
And that's one of the things he does. He makes things happen just by getting around the basketball.
Raiders will inbounds underneath their own hoop. Miller out front with it. Into Binion, and little screen on East Carter.
And that's number 3 on Donovan Dameron. So now you have Dameron and Binion on the floor with 3 personal fouls each.
With the basketball, stepping out of bounds was Howard. Coach Haver said, Mr. Official, he stepped out of bounds because he got pushed.
10th turnover of the basketball game.
Adams will inbounds right next to the Raider coaching staff. Looking, high lob to Binion, puts it on the floor. He'll spin, give up the shot to Miller. Miller too strong, gets the rebound on the floor to Adams. Adams has it, in trouble, and Coach Baker saves him for a 30-second timeout.
A great hustle play there by, you see 2 players for East Carter diving after the basketball. And I think that's one of the things that Coach Baker really likes, that intensity that he's seeing today, something that was missing last night for the Raiders.
This 30-second timeout being brought to you by the folks at Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. For complete collision repair work at prices that you can afford, see the professionals at Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. They can get your vehicle looking brand new again. That's Monroe Collision Center. Coming up next, it'll be the championship game of the Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. Greenup County, Rock Castle County. James Collier will be here with the call on the Cool Hit Sports Network, GCHS TV.
Big shout out to my crew today. I've got Callie Ramsey on camera. Haley Howard taking care of the production work today. Another group of kids coming in for game number 2, and it's been an all-out effort this weekend for the kids to really do a good job, and they're doing a fabulous job here early on in this thing.
And the guys you had yesterday, exceptional job as well. Doing really good. Raiders, although not doing so good with the basketball, they turn it over and give it back to Portsmouth West up front with it. Here's Cole. Cole going to hand it to Davis. He's at the top of the key. Pass to the right baseline. Portsmouth West going to set up the offense to give it to Bauer. They're down 3, 39-36. Davis to Cole. Back to Davis. He's going to drive past the free throw line. Bauer's left wide open. It's a 3 ball. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded by the Hicks of East Carter. Quickly down to Adams. Gets his man up in the air, and the shot is blocked. Binion got it, and he got fouled.
And that's just Hunter Binion being in the right place at the right time like he's been able to do, and that's number 3 on Dylan Cole.
Third team foul. That's going to bring Marion Phillips off the bench. Binion too strong.
The only thing I would have liked to have seen a little different there out of Micah, rather than flying in there trying to throw on the brakes, just take that one up strong. Go ahead and go up with it. Draw the contact from behind. But, again, he's a very creative player, and he's so soft around the rim for as big as a guy as he'll still step off as Trevin Tussey comes back on.
Binion gets one more from the Cisco Properties free throw line, and it's good.
Oh, we have a break in the action real quickly. A big hello to our good buddy, Coach Hager Easterling, who is tuned in on YouTube watching us here.
Coachy, great guy. Portsmouth Senators player out of control, being Davis, but he got fouled.
And that's number 4 on Hunter Binion. And that quickly, Coach Baker, has to pull Connor Goodman off the bench and put him at the scores table to check in on the second free throw.
Howard makes the first one from the Cisco Properties free throw line, still to lead 40-37. Second one up and good. Been a close one all day long. We come down the other way and we got a little kid on the floor. Where are you going?
He wants to come and see the
He just wanted to come over and see Jim Archie.
And he is standing at the scores table now. He is not moving.
He wants to go in.
That's awesome.
No.
Oh, please film this.
Now Mom's running.
Film this.
Mom's trying to chase him. Well, he's being smart. He ran to the concession stand. That's great.
The things you see in holiday basketball.
He come out of nowhere.
And that little kid, he navigated his way in. Coach Baker's over here says, that kid got eligibility. I could run him in as a point guard.
Put him in the blue jersey. Give
nice
and go to
handoff.
Goodman cut off, throws it back to Hicks. Miller to Tussey. Tussey thought about a dribble drive. No, out to Goodman. And Dameron will set up the offense with his team up to 40-38. 3:40 going to third. Tried to throw it into Dameron. It wasn't there. Miller out to Hicks. East Carter James being patient on this offensive possession.
They are, and that's what they've got to do.
3 ball short by Hicks would come the other way. Senators have it down to 40-38. Thought about throwing it into Bauer, and they'll throw it to Phillips. Phillips right baseline. He'll spin. Cut off out to Bauer. Bauer at the right elbow. Stopped by Tussey. Brings it back out to Phillips.
One thing I'd like to see East Carter do next trip down, maybe try to skip it, taking it through one too many times.
Davis misses the layup, trying to take away from Goodman. Ball, goes out of bounds off Portsmouth West. Raider basketball with 2:55 to go in the third. It's a 2-point lead for the Raiders as Dameron brings it into the front court, out to Tussey. Thought about a three ball, now to Goodman. Goodman being guarded by Bauer. Here comes Hicks. Shot up too strong. Another easy shot being missed. It's one of those instances I think you maybe are too close to the rim. 2:32 to go in the third. It's a 2-point lead. Portsmouth West can tie or take the lead with this possession. Coleman, he's cut off. Jumper good.
He's had a solid game here. 13 points. Luke Howard, another big game, 14 points to lead the Senators.
We're tied at 40, our third tie of the day. Tied at 2:26, now 40. With 2:10 to go in the third. Goodman out front with it. Passes to Hicks. Tussey, he'll try a jumper from the left baseline. 8 feet out, count it.
Good jumper, good look, good execution.
That little set shot that he has, another 2-point lead. Portsmouth West has no problem breaking that press. Shot up, no, he got fouled. Foul on East Carter.
I'll get that one on Trevin Tussey, his first team foul, number 4. Put Luke Howard at the Cisco Properties free throw line for 2.
His third trip here to the free throw line. 4th team foul on East Carter. And Howard's first free throw was good. That'll make it 42 to 41. As Howard will get another one, and he's got 15 in the ball game. And we're tied now at 42.
Bradford comes on as Bauer will check out, and here comes Isaac Boggs back in, and he'll get Connor Goodman.
Again, up next, the championship game, Greenup County and Rockcastle County. 20 minutes after this one. 42-42, here come the Raiders in the front court. Donovan Dammer going left side. Brought it to Boggs, now to Tussey. Miller comes out and gets it. Closely guarded by Portsmouth West. Running jumper and a shot. Another short one missed by Dameron. Can't fault the shot, just didn't go in. Portsmouth West takes it away. Miller takes it away. Miller quickly down the court. Nice look to Tussey. How'd that thing get in there?
Nice job and a strong finish there by Trevin Tussey.
Man, he threw it right in the breadbasket. 44-42 East Carter. Coming the other way, Nick Davis off the window, count it. 44-44. Long three ball, no, missed by Boggs. Maybe rushed that one a little bit, would come the other way. Minute to go here in the third. We're tied at 44. Coleman had his dribble, lost it, brought it back up, now throws it to Howard to Davis. Davis goes to the free throw line. He's in the paint. Long pass right side, shot short by Howard, rebounded East Carter. Tussey's going to go coast to coast, layup good.
Nice look.
He's playing well today. He's got 8 in the quarter. 2-point lead for East Carter, 46-44. Into the left side, Howard running jumper, no, rebounded East Carter. Hicks has it with 17 seconds left. Dameron has it. Coach Baker saying stack.
We're going to try to run a play to get the ball to Trevin Tussey.
He's got it, running jumper in the paint, too short. Goodman, or not Goodman, but Miller got the rebound. Not Miller, I'm sorry, I'm all discombobulated. Boggs had it. Either way, misses the jumper, and we've played 3 quarters. And East Carter maintains a 2-point lead of 46-44. Back in a moment with your fourth quarter. This is the GCHS TV, Go Ahead Sports Network. start the fourth quarter of play. Kent Robinson, James Collier, and James, been a good game all the way down to this point.
It has been. East Carter's really battled, and it's been a different player every quarter that's really had to step forward. Now let's see if the Raiders can finish it off strong here and come out here with a nice win.
Portsmouth West will get the ball to start the fourth quarter of play. Here's Coleman. Coleman drives her in between the elbows, passes it to Davis. Davis, 6 points, 3 rebounds on this afternoon. Davis is going to drive and reverse layup good, pretty solid.
I think if he stays on the left side there, he may draw the foul.
Tied at 46. Our sixth tie of the ball game. Dameron has it. Bounce pass comes in to Adams, and he got fouled. Wasn't real sure if that was going to hang in there or not. Adams does a good job driving to the hoop as well. Howard will pick up the foul. Adams, a free throw from the Cisco Properties free throw line. He makes it. Adams with 12 points. It's a 3-point lead just like that for East Carter. 49-46. East Carter pressing, but Portsmouth West breaks it with no problem. And down the other direction we go is the big man, number 42, Moore, who seen some playing time in the first half, missed the shot but got fouled. Foul on East Carter.
Get that one of Braden Hicks, his second.
Moore will get 2 free throws from the Cisco Properties free throw line, and he'll make the first one. 2-point lead, 49-47. And hits the back iron to that one. Ball tipped out of bounds. Mr. Official asking Mr. Official, where's it going? And it's going to go with East Carter.
Not really understanding why a guy that's standing 2 foot from the play has to ask a guy for help 35 feet away. Open your eyes.
He was right there looking at it. 2-point lead for the Raiders. We start quarter number 4. It's 49-47. Dameron will throw it into the paint, spinning move. Shot too strong by Adams. Tried to get the rebound, just didn't have it. And almost taken away by Dameron. Now Portsmouth West has some numbers to the right side. Davis shot up, no. Moore off the glass, good. Good rebound by Moore. Just went over everybody to get it. We're tied at 49. East Carter right side, Dameron. Hands it to Hicks, sporting a new haircut. Out to Tussey. Tussey now to Hicks. He'll throw it in to Miller. Shot blocked, but goes into the hands of East Carter. And a reach-in foul on Portsmouth West.
That's number 3 on Luke Howard. Team foul number 5. Bauer back on as Phillips will come off.
6:16 to go in this one. We're tied at 49. And East Carter 2 inbounds out to Tussey. Tussey shot blocked, and they're going to call a foul on Portsmouth West.
He got bailed out there. A little bit of a bump as Luke Howard, a quick back-to-back personal foul, picks up number 4. Next foul on Portsmouth West will have the Raiders shooting bonus. East Carter from the line this afternoon, 7 of 11. Certainly a much improvement of 7 of 17 last night.
Yeah. That one rolls in for Trevin Tussey from the Cisco Properties free throw line. Cisco Properties offering safe, clean, and reasonable storage space. Gives the Raiders the 1-point lead at 50-49.
Luke Howard, 16 points, goes to the bench, and Dylan Coe comes back on.
Rebound almost taken away by Dameron, but Portsmouth West gets it back. Tussey with the steal and the foul.
That'll be number 2 on him.
Couldn't fault the effort, just bumped him.
So 6 fouls each way. Bonus the rest of the way.
Bauer across the way will inbounds. Each Carter showing a little bit of press, nothing major to be honest with you, and they cross the stripe. It's a 1-point lead for East Carter at 50-49. Cole pulls up his dribble, bounce pass to Davis. Davis being guarded by Tussey. Bauer asking for it, won't get it. Now he gets it. He's at the left baseline being guarded by Miller. And bodies hit the floor, and turnover on Portsmouth West. Tussey gets the pass and just tried to throw it into Miller, but it was knocked out of bounds by Portsmouth West Davis.
Yeah, going back to that East Carter soccer run, that Final Four run that they had, as he was looking for his big forward out front. They're trying to get it back to him, but great defensive play there by the Senators.
Dameron and his Raiders enjoy right now a 1-point lead of 50-49.
Coach Baker standing up doing a little traffic directing.
Dameron goes to the right side. Miller can't come up with the basketball, but he saves it from going in the back court. Loses his dribble, and Dameron says, I'll come and help you out. He has it. Goes to the right side, dribbling between the legs, pulls up his dribble. Pass into Hicks. Timeout, Brandon Baker.
Full timeout.
It'll be a full timeout taken here at the Greenhouse, and we've got a good one here of the consolation game. 5:15 to go. East Carter up 50-49. Back in a moment on the GCHS TV Cool Hit Sports Network. Timeout with 5:15 to go in the ball game. Raider basketball. Dameron has it. Looking. Coach Heffer wanted a 5-second call. Going to get it left wide open, and it's money for Braden Hicks. He had all day to shoot that bad boy.
Hicks with 6 points in this basketball game.
53-49 East Carter.
He's got a pair of triples.
Little weave action. Davis has it. Tussey on him. Davis in traffic. Throws it to Coe. Coe looked like he walked with it. Foul East Carter here at Greenup.
Look at that one on Donovan Dameron. That's his fourth.
Coe will shoot some free throws from the Cisco Properties free throw line. No points for Coe in the game. 1 rebound. First one up and short. Rebounded East Carter. Hicks 6 points, 5 rebounds in the contest. Here come the Raiders. Quickly down court. Miller goes by Moore. Shot too strong. Charged on East Carter.
Ethan Miller calling for the offensive charge. Brennan Bauer set up, saw him coming, dribble drive baseline, and steps in and takes the charge. That's a big foul right there to step over and take that bucket away.
Small press being applied by the Raiders. 4:42 to go in the game. East up 53-49. Senators basketball, though. Bauer out front with it. Pass into the paint. And taken away by East Carter. Here comes Miller. Going to work on Bauer. Layup. No, he missed it. Missed another bunny. Now Moore gets it. Nice pass into Davis. That was pretty.
Rodney Moore has been huge for this Senators team here today. Did not play yesterday.
No.
And he stepped in and in a big way. 6 points, 4 rebounds, but a big hustle play right there by the big man.
He knew where he was when he come down with the basketball, making sure he didn't go out of bounds. 2-point lead. 4 minutes to go in the contest. Miller into the paint. Dameron over to Adams. Count it, bucket and 1.
Great look there. Running your offense, getting your man with the point guard position in the middle of the lane. Draws the help side defense, kicks it off, and Micah does what he does so well. He very strong with the basketball. Nice look, nice finish.
Foul on Bauer. Adams gets a free throw from the Cisco Properties free throw line. Rolls in good.
Give Mike Adams 15 points, backing up his 17-point performance yesterday.
56-51. Miller bumping Portsmouth West Cove.
That's going to be number 4 on Miller.
And you got to watch the fouls now on East Carter.
So now you have Miller with 4. Donovan Dameron still on the floor with 4. You have Hunter Binion still on the bench with 4.
And free throw good by Coe. He'll get another one from the Cisco Properties free throw line.
Next foul on the Raiders will have Portsmouth West shooting double bonus.
1 of 1, 56-52. Nice rebound by the Raiders. Quickly down the court, it goes to Tussey. Goes right by Bauer. Count it. Trevin Tussey having a nice game today from the greenhouse.
11 points in the second half.
Timeout on the floor called by head coach Bill Hoffer. He finds his Portsmouth West Senators down 58-52. 3:41 left. Back in a moment on the GCHS TV Cool Hit Sports Network. Coach Bill Hoffer of Portsmouth West takes a timeout. East Carter's going to press James after the timeout.
And that's one of the things when you get the timeout, you get the made buckets. East Carter can jump on that press, and it's sped up a little bit, Portsmouth West, with what they like to do, but they've done a really good job handling that press. They can get up and down the floor the best.
It's a 58-52 lead for the Raiders, but Portsmouth West has the basketball. Cole and Davis play catch with it. Back to Cole from Davis. Back to Cole. He's going to drive, but foul.
Trevin Tussey just tackled him on that one.
Tussey knew he was beat, didn't have a choice. His third.
So double bonus the rest of the way for the Senators. Nick Davis on the afternoon, 0 of 2 from the charity stripe. 12 of 21 are the Senators from the 15-foot line.
Short, more nothing there.
Haven't almost missed everything.
Kind of tell, didn't have much on gumption on that one when it left. 58-52, 58-53 on the field, free throw, excuse me. From the Cisco Properties free throw line.
Now
Senators are going to press.
Yeah, they're going to try to turn some pressure up on the Raiders.
Micah Adams all alone left side. It was Hicks, not by his man. It's what happens sometimes when you press. You leave somebody open.
Mike Adams played he's played a little quarterback in his days as well.
And he's a good one too. Howard makes the bucket, then East Carter throws it out of bounds on the way back down the floor. 60-55, 2:54 left.
And you get Luke Howard that checks back into the ballgame out of that timeout now with 18 points, leads all scorers, and gets the bucket and forces the turnover and cuts it to 5.
Portsmouth West, short 3-ball miss, maybe forced there by Davis. And East Carter now, again, it goes out of bounds. And Coach Baker's going to get Binion in.
Let's see who he's going to get. He'll get Braden Hicks.
Up next, the championship game. The Musketeers of Greenham County takes on the Rockets of Rockcastle County. 2:47 left in this one. High lob comes out to Coe. It's a 5-point lead for East Carter at 60-55. Coe works left side, bounce pass to Coleman with 13 points. Now he sees an opening, works on Miller. Count it, bucket and 1 for Portsmouth West. Don't count him out yet.
Noah Coleman, 15 points a day, and he has been so strong. And that's
I got 5 on Ethan Miller.
That's what I was waiting for. That's his 5th.
Miller will go out with 8 points, 2 rebounds in the ball game.
Braden Hicks right back into the ball game. You know, we talked about how it's been a different player for East Carter each quarter. Ethan Miller was one of those guys. He came off the bench, jumped in, and had a big kind of contribution there in that first quarter when they needed it after Binion picked up a quick second foul.
5-point lead. Now cut down to 2. 60-58, Raider basketball. Binion has it. And over and back, turnover. You got to know where you're at.
Well, and Donovan Dameron waited way too long to release to come back to help, and by the time the basketball went in the front court, Binion was looking for his point guard who was in the back court.
Yeah.
No chance there.
Portsmouth West, which was down 5, can tie or take the lead right here if they score. Here comes Davis. He's going to drive. Scoop shot, no. Rebounded East Carter's Hicks. Hicks quickly down to Dameron. Dameron will pull up left side. Jumper, nothing but the net. Four-point lead, 62-58. This is going to go to the wire.
That was a big bucket right there by Dameron, too, pulling up in transition like that.
Davis bunny hop, bounce pass to Coleman. 3-ball, no. Rebound by Binion. That's big, under 2.
That was a great look there by Coleman. Just got the swirl action, pops it out.
Binion with the basketball. I'd kill some clock. Dameron's going to drive out, lost the basketball. He falls down and jump ball. Dameron in a pickle there with the basketball.
Possession arrow will keep it with East Carter.
See if the Raiders can hang on, trying to get their 5th win of the season.
Well, let's see if East Carter goes 4 out here and tries to work it around the outside.
Lob pass to Adams, finds Hunter Binion off the glass, good.
What a touch there by Micah Adams, the do-it-all guy, the utility man we like to call him. He does a little bit of everything.
Timeout, Portsmouth West. It'll be a 30-second timeout, and James, that was a big bucket from Binion.
It was, and an even bigger find there by Micah Adams, and it's one of the things you see what Micah can do, and it goes back to football. He could run the ball, he could throw the ball, he could catch the ball. He did a little bit of everything for Coach Champ, and you get him on the basketball floor, and he's one of those guys. He can shoot it, rebound it, pass it, defend it, and he's a kid that he has the personality. I kid him all the time, and I say this tongue-in-cheek. He has the personality of wallpaper. You can't tell if he's happy, he's sad, but he's one of the greatest kids to be around. I had an opportunity to coach him at a young age in Little League Baseball, and a great kid to be around, always fun, always trying to – you got to watch him. He's a trickster now. I mean, he likes to pull some pranks on you. But he's a kid that every night out, 32 minutes, he's going to throw everything on the floor that he has, and he's doing it again here this evening. 15 points, 3 rebounds, and just the way that he's really led his team over the last couple of days, trying to get them back amongst the winning ways.
Not Hicks, but Cole gets it for Portsmouth West, down 64-58, minute 15 to go in the game. Cole, bounce pass right side with the ball's Davis. Davis is cut off. About falling down with the basketball was Coleman. Now Davis has it, using some clock. Davis works on Binion, scoop shot, good.
Strong take there by Davis for his 13th point.
It's a 4-point lead. Dameron has it. He'll pull up. This is a big shot. Yes, sir. Double D, Donovan Dameron.
When he had a 2-on-1 there, the guy that was on him didn't release. He just pulls up and takes the easy jumper.
Oh, big shot back the other way by Davis with a triple. 66-63. Looks like Dameron's wanting to take over here. He's got 6 in the quarter.
10 in the ball game.
68-63, 28 seconds.
Can the Raiders get a big D stop right here?
Bauer. This is off to the left side. Howard will try a long 3-ball, too long. Rebounded East Carter. Foul, Portsmouth West. This will be a good win for Coach Baker and his club after what happened yesterday. A little more feeling going into next Friday.
Yeah, I think so.
Foul on Portsmouth West.
And what a big defensive rebound that was there by Donovan Dameron, as over the last 60 seconds, he really took over this game, as you alluded to. Let's see if they can steal it right here from the charity stripe.
68-63 from the Cisco Properties free throw line. Whoops. Lost the basketball.
And we'll get a lane violation. He got Coleman to step in.
Yeah. Nothing done on purpose. He just, when he went to go shoot it, he just lost it.
He lost possession of the basketball. He never attempted the shot. He was coming up, and the ball comes out of his hands.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Try it again. Free throw goes in good.
And the fact that he was able to catch the basketball and still get it up for a shot was remarkable. We've seen some crazy things here today, my friend.
I think we have.
The youngster navigating his way across the floor without getting clobbered in the middle of a fast break was pretty impressive. And, boy, those are two big free throws right there.
70-63. Bauer. Good. Tough shot from the corner.
Falling down.
That was a real tough shot. Timeout, Portsmouth West. Still a 4-point lead, 70-66. It's a full timeout. And we're back with the final stages of this one on the GCHS TV, Cool Hit Sports Network. Big shot there, Coach Carter from Bauer to make it 70-66. Each Carter going to face the press. 12 seconds left.
And just take care of the basketball here is all you have to do.
You know they're going to get fouled. You're going to get fouled. Binion. Davis pick up his third foul for the Senators.
And right here, a great opportunity for East Carter to ice this is if Binion can hit these two free throws. But, again, it's one in the bonus, so you got to hit the first one. But, again, that would make it a full two-possession game.
Rolls in good for Hunter Binion.
Gives him 12 in the basketball game, 8 rebounds.
Cisco Properties free throw line, 11 of 16 for East Carter. Misses that one, 71-66. Portsmouth West in a hurry. It's going to be Davis. Layup good. He about dunked it.
About a half-hearted dunk, if you will. But that's all she wrote.
Nice win for East Carter after yesterday, coming to win this one for their consolation game by the final of 71-68. We'll come back, have stats, scoring, and head coach Brandon Baker on the GCHS TV Cool Hit Sports Network. the consolation game over Portsmouth West, 71-68. Final scoring for Portsmouth West. Nick Davis had 18 points with 4 rebounds. Luke Howard, 18 points and 5 rebounds. Dylan Cole, 1.2 rebounds. Brendan Bauer, 7 points, 2 rebounds. Noah Coleman led the Senators in scoring today, 16 points, 9 rebounds. And Luke Bradford had 2 points. For the East Carter Raiders, Mike Adams had 15, 3 boards. Braden Hicks, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Trevin Tussey with 13 points. Donovan Dameron, 12 points, 4 rebounds. Hunter Binion, 12 points and 8 rebounds. And Ethan Miller, who had 8 points, was named the player of the game here in this consolation game. Back with more in a moment on the GCHS TV Cool Hits Sports Network. Classic. Kit Robinson joined now by the head coach Brandon Baker. Coach, you had Micah Adams with 15 points, Trevin Tussey 13, Donovan Dameron 12, Hunter Binion 12. Pretty good scoring output from your starters today.
Yeah, it was a lot better. But you could add about 4 to 8 points onto each one of those totals. We got to start making shots that we're missing too many shots that we should make.
Right.
I was very disappointed in our shot selection first half and our turnovers. Our decision making, it got a little better, but we had some head scratchers as far as the decision making on what we did with the ball, and we've got to start cleaning that part of our game up because our first few games, yeah, you got to live with that because that's the growing process. But we're far enough games in now. We're getting sped up and forced into some bad shots that you shouldn't be doing at this point in the season. You should be minimizing those plays. Again, but I don't want to, make it so much of an emphasis that it takes away of our risk taking because basketball the big part of basketball is risk taking.
Yeah.
So I want them to have the freedom and the comfortable. Being comfortable to take risks to make plays, but at the same time, you got to realize there's no way in the world you're going to make that shot. Mm-hmm. We had a couple plays where first we just got off balance, and that was the only thing to do with it, sling it up there. You can't play that way and beat good teams, and that's what we're trying to practice and prepare for is to beat the good teams.
Yeah, and it did seem like from up here, and of course you were down there too as well. It seemed like they were trying to maybe, and this just goes back to what you just said, force shots and rush shots, come down, be one and done, and hey, let's go back and play defense.
Yeah, and again, I thought we were a little better today, but, when you're on break, you got high school kids. You don't know what they're doing when you're not with you. And I'm not sure how focused we've been these last two games because, again, I think some of it in the first half was we weren't focused on what we're doing, so we were slow to get where we were supposed to be, which, anytime offensively, if you're not in tune with each other, and I like to call it, we got to get 5 for 5. If we got 1 or 2 guys, or even one guy, not where he's not lined up where he's supposed to be, or running his route, and you get 4, the other 4 are looking at you like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
So you just become stagnant. And then you start, that leads to that poor decision making because everybody's not in tune, and you end up doing something that you're not really wanting to do because everybody's not in tune with each other. And we had some of that the first half.
Yeah. They named Ethan Miller player of the game, and kind of late in the contest, it seemed like Donovan wanted to try to take charge, and
Where's it been?
Where's
it been? Why wait till the last 4 minutes?
That's why I'm asking.
3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Check his stat line to last night to the fourth quarter tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to start. You're a senior. Hey, man, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You can't drift away from us.
Right.
That's and obviously you're not going to play perfect every game, but that's got to be more you than not.
Yeah. Free throw shooting, you was 12 of 18. 3-point range, a whole lot better than yesterday, 3 of 9.
And today's guys are more focused.
Perimeter shooting.
Yeah, I thought we shot it with the intentions that it was going in today, as where we just kind of shot it to shoot it yesterday. I think that's going to continue to be a good percentage on 3, as long as they're in rhythm shots. I know coaches try to get crazy on shot selection, but I think if we give rhythm a chance to get involved in the shooting, I think we can make them.
Well, it's a good win for you. You got basically a whole week off. You'll have Russell coming to the Harold D. Holbrook gym next Friday. We'll be out there for that one. Happy New Year to you and your family and to your kids.
And appreciate y'all, man.
Good win for you guys.
Yeah,
it's nice to get a win on the weekend and kind of go into practice next week saying, hey, we got a W. Let's get ready for Russell.
I'm ready to practice.
All right. I know you wanted to practice this morning, but there might have been trouble.
You got it.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you
Brandon Baker of the East Carter Raiders. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, James Carrier is going to get you set for Greenup County and Rock Castle County. A final again in the first one. The Raiders win it 71-68. JC's up next with your next one. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
And a good pleasant evening as we welcome you back into game number 2, the championship game of the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. James Collier, happy to have you along with us here as Greenup County and Rockcastle County will tip things off here in about 2 minutes as we get things ready to go for the championship of the event. Greenup County victorious last night over Portsmouth West. Rockcastle County knocking off East Carter. And we just saw East Carter and Portsmouth West in a great showdown. The Raiders come away victorious in that one. Our officiating crew this afternoon, they're brought to you by Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and Wheelersburg. Stultz Pharmacy offers fast and professional prescription service, medical supplies, gifts, and more. Stop by and see for yourself why Stultz Pharmacy is more than just a pharmacy. All 30-second timeouts this afternoon brought to you by Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State for complete collision repair work at prices you can afford. See the professionals at Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. They get your vehicle looking brand new again. That's Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. Each trip to the free throw line is brought to you by Cisco Properties. Cisco Properties offering safe, clean, and reasonable storage space. And, of course, at the half, it'll be the Leith Clark Wealth Management Systems halftime show. Let Leith Clark help you with all your financial needs. That's what he does. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break as we will honor America with the playing of the national anthem when we return. Starting lineups in the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic Championship game, Greenup County, Rockcastle County, when we return right after this here on the Quits GCHF's TV Sports Network. Here at the greenhouse as we get you ready for tip-off in the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic Championship game, Greenup County and Rockcastle County. Let's meet the starting lineups for the visitors on the scoreboard. The Rockcastle County Rockets head coach Andrew Cash. It'll be Logan Knoll, Jonathan Hopkins, Daniel Mullins, Matthew Chastain, and Will Bishop. All decked out in red, white, and blue are the Rockets from Rockcastle County. Rock across the chest in the navy blue with the navy blue numerals outlined in white. And then the red and white gradient down the shorts into the blue and the rock on the side of the shorts as well. Let's meet the starting lineups for Greenup County. Again, all starting lineups are brought to you by Kentucky Farmers Bank, featuring mobile banking so you can bank anywhere you go. Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank, member FDIC. It'll be a 5'8", 8th grader of Xander Carter. He's joined in the backcourt by a 6' senior of Brady Nelson. The front court, 6'3" junior of Zane Carter, 6' senior of Griff Keaton, and a 6'6" senior of Rod Dryden. Again, Carter, Keaton, Nelson, and Dryden your starting 5 for the Musketeers. All decked out in white, green cursive across the chest, green outlined in the gold, and in the green and gold pin stripes up and down the side of the jersey and the shorts. Head coach Robert Amos in his second season here with the Musketeers, 7-2 on the season. Andrew Cash sitting at a record of 3-6 out of Region 12. It'll be the 8th grader of Will Bishop and the senior of Rod Dryden at center court to get this basketball underway. Ball goes in the air, tipped into the backcourt. It's tracked down by Daniel Mullins. He'll bring it off to Matthew Chastain. Shot goes up, no good. Rod Dryden has the rebound. Greenup wants to go in a hurry. Nelson kicks it off to Xander Carter. 3-ball, right side on the way. Too stiff, no good. Backside rebound pulled out by Mullins. Bounce pass comes off to Chastain. 12-footer on the baseline is good, and the Rockets lead this one early 2-0. Nelson walks it into the front court. Xander Carter, right wing. Kicks it off top of the key now to Dryden. He'll go left side off to Nelson. Nelson feeds it in to Keaton. Keaton looks right side. That's Dryden. He'll pull the trigger. 3 on the way. Yes. Rod Dryden buries the triple. Greenup County's in front 3-2. Musketeers trying to trap, and they force the turnover as Griff Keaton steals it away. Dryden in a hurry, kicks it off to Xander Carter. 3-ball left side on the way, yes! Dryden with the assist, 6-2, Musketeers up early. Great transition look there, and that was one of the things Coach Amos talked about last evening. Not happy whatsoever with the sharing of the basketball by his team. Here's Bishop, lost the handle on the pill for just a second, kicks it back out. 3-ball to match on the far side by Hopkins. It's off the mark. Coming out with it is Carter. Nelson ahead into the keyhole. Xander Carter, catch and shoot. Another 3, no. That one kicks off the rim. Backside rebound pulled out by Daniel Mullins. He'll knife his way ahead. Kicks it off to Noel. Noel bounce pass underneath. Nice shot as he'll give it off to Bishop, and the 8th grader puts it high up off the glass. His first points of the ball game, 6-4. Musketeers lead it by a deuce. Approaching the 6-minute mark, here to go in the opening quarter. Keaton, left side, feeds it off to Nelson. Nelson crosses over, 17-foot pull-up jumper, nothing but twine. Nelson with 26 last night. Musketeers doubling up the Rockets, 8-4 here early on. Here's Noel, gets a bump, keeps playing, feeds it off to Bishop. Bishop left side, goes into the lane, kicks it out now to Chastain. Chastain flips it out to Mullins. Mullins right of center, goes off the right elbow, back to Chastain. Chastain surveys and has the ball taken away. Xander Carter kicks it off to Nelson. Nelson finger roll at the rim. And a quick timeout requested by Andrew Cash. And it's a 30-second timeout with 5:34 to go here in the opening frame. This 30-second timeout brought to you by Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. For complete collision repair work at prices you can afford, see the professionals at Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. They get your vehicle looking brand new again. That's what they do. For all your collision work repair needs, see the great folks at Monroe Collision Repairs. 10-4 Musketeers in front early. Nelson with 4, Dryden and Carter each with a tray. And more importantly, sharing the basketball. Big shout out to my crew today here on GCHS TV. Kira Downing on one camera. Gavin Tussey on the baseline camera, and Leah Howard taking care of the production work. Out of the timeout, Rockets with the basketball. Front court, Noel goes off to Chastain in the right corner. He's hounded there by Dryden. Comes back out, and Brady Nelson steals it away. Nelson comes front court, stutter step, brings it off to Zane Carter. What a give and go. Nice feed there by Nelson. A great finish by Zane Carter. And then Xander Carter rips this one away. Nelson out in front, steps through, left side, good. Greenup County leads this one by 10. Here's a tie-up, and this one's stolen away again. Nelson comes out, right-handed, good. 16-4 is your score. And another timeout requested by the Rockets. 60-second timeout. We're back right after this on the Cool Hits Sports GCHS TV network. 16-4, Musketeers all over the Rockets in this one. As we welcome you back into the greenhouse, the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic Championship game. As Daniel Mullins spots up for a three on the corner, no good. But a follow by Jake Sanders, who checks in out of the timeout. He puts it back up and in for his first points of the ball game. Here's Dryden. Kicks it back out to Nelson. Nelson right of center. Looks at the pressure, backs it back out. 16-6, Musketeers up by 10. Dryden hounded there out top, and then Hopkins steps in and forces the charging violation on Dryden, as Logan Knoll will take the charge. Brady Nelson leading the way with 8 points. Musketeers have forced 5 turnovers in the basketball game. Here's a cross-court pass coming off to Mullins, excuse me. They'll feed it off into Hopkins. Hopkins' shot up is no good. Dryden has the rebound. He wants to run. He'll take it through. Floater in front, no good. Ball tipped around and out to Bishop it goes. They'll feed it in to Sanders, and Sanders goes off the window for the bucket. 16-8. 3:40 to play here in the opening frame. Xander Carter with the basketball, far sideline, feeds it into Griff Keaton. Keaton tries to force it in the backside and turns it over. And it comes off to Hopkins. Keaton gets back, but they'll cut him with a block. And he'll pick up the personal foul. His first, team's second. And Jonathan Hopkins to the Cisco Property free throw line for 2. Clock resting, 3:28 to go here in the opening frame. Musketeers up by 8. First one's front iron short, no good. Musketeers' next game coming up after the turn of the new year. Second free throw misses its mark as well. Nelson has the rebound. Kicks it ahead, Xander Carter. One dribble, feeds it back to Nelson. Now Dryden off the left side, comes back to Nelson. Carter nearly lost it, feeds it into Keaton on the block. Keaton spins, goes to the left-hand, shot up, no good. Rebound comes off to Sanders. And then Mike Raby just about took a basketball off his face as that one was kicked out of bounds. Here comes Brady Burchett as he'll come in for Griff Keaton. As we were talking about the next game for the Musketeers, the big 63rd District Showdown coming up at Raceland on the 2nd. We'll be with you right here on the Quitch Sports Network up at the Palace. Mullins bounce pass off to Noel. Noel comes into the left elbow, or right elbow, excuse me. Ball was raked away. It was picked up by Bishop, but then he turns and throws it away, trying to feed it down to Sanders. Nelson, front court. Starts to attack, bounce pass off to Xander Carter. One dribble back to his point guard. He'll bring it right side now to Burchett. Burchett back off now to Carter. Nelson, one dribble off to Carter again. Skip pass to Dryden right side. Dryden wants a 3 from the same spot he hit from earlier and nails it. Dryden with a pair of trays in this basketball game. Musketeers 3 of 5 from that spot. They lead this one 19-8. They'll go bounce past Mullins. 12-footer on the baseline's good. Daniel Mullins knocks down the deuce. His first points of the contest. 9-point lead for the Musketeers. 2 minutes to go in the opening frame. Here's Nelson. Tight ropes. Fires the triple. Yes! Give the assist to Xander Carter. 22-10. Musketeers heating it up here early. Here's Mullins for an answer from the left side corner. Yes! Raining triples here at the greenhouse. First made 3 ball by the Rockets. 22-13. Nelson blows past the defensive pressure, dumps it off to Xander Carter. He'll go off the left side screen from Burchett. 15-footer off the mark, no good. Rebound tracked down by Logan Noel. He'll bring it front court. Down by 9. Comes left side. It's tipped off the fingertips of Nelson. And it'll stay with the Rockets next to the Greenup County bench. Minute 23 to play, opening quarter. Musketeers shooting 60% from the field. Here's Mullins. Tries to feed it underneath, and it'll get a kicked ball on Nelson. It'll stay with the Rockets now underneath their own bucket. Greenup County trying to take an 8-2 record into district play when it opens up at Raceland. Already a district win as Bishop with a strong take off the right side, but a foul comes. As they'll get that one on Zane Carter, his first. Picking up a district win over Lewis County already this season. And what should be an absolute dogfight of a district to play through. Bishop's first free throw is up as good. Give him 3 points in the ball game. 22-14, Musketeers lead this one. Second one's on the way, connects as well. 22-15, Nelson front court. Starts to attack, brings it off to Dryden. Dryden shuffles his feet, walk no call, gives it off to Zane Carter, left elbow. Carter puts it on the deck a couple of times, brings it down to his little brother. He'll launch a three from the right side corner's too stiff, no good. But a rebound by Zane. Zane finishes off the left side, but it won't go down. Sanders with a rebound, 41 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-point deficit. Nice step to the right, shot up, no good by Noel. Rebound, Dryden. And then they try to force it ahead and throw it out of bounds. Turnover number 3 for the Musketeers. 6 on the afternoon thus far for the Rockets. They trail this one by 7. But they've got the basketball with the final seconds of the first quarter coming up. Here's Noel, feeds it off to Bishop. Bishop steps through one time, off to Sanders. Sanders with nice position underneath. Gets position on the big man, and it's down to 5. 12 seconds to go here in the first. Nelson off to Burchett. Back to Nelson. 6 seconds, now 5. Nelson steps off. 3 ball, good if it goes. Front iron, no good. Zane Carter with a follow, but can't get it to go down. And that takes us to the end of quarter number 1. 22-17, Greenup County leads this one. Back for more after this on the Coach GCHF TV Sports Network. (22-17). Greenup County leading this one as we welcome you into quarter number 2. James Collier, happy to have you along with us here as Ashton Lacey will check in for Zane Carter, his first action here this afternoon. Greenup County has the basketball, and off we go. Xander Carter, 3 ball, left side on the way, front iron short, no good. Ball tipped around. Who touched it last? They'll say it went off of Chastain's fingertips. It'll stay with the Musketeers. Chastain will check in for Will Bishop. And we'll also get Silas Schaefer, who will come in for Hopkins. And they'll get the lob to Dryden, who drops in point number 8. Back to a 7-point lead. Here's Noel, takes it off to Mullins, left side. He'll dribble out of the corner. They'll go back to the corner. Noel dribble drive on the baseline. Tries to feed it underneath to Sanders. Sanders lost it out of bounds. Throws it right into the hands of Brady Burchett. Greenup County ahead. Nelson curls it out to Dryden. Dryden left side. Steps in. 17-foot jumper, and Sanders got him on the arm on the way up. his first, team's first. And Rod Dryden to the Cisco Properties free throw line for 2. First free throw is on the way. Good. Nice look there from the baseline. Second one's on the way. Both connect. Dryden with 10. And the lead's back to 9. 7:19 to play, first half. Leaf Clark Wealth Management System halftime show coming up. Mullins, left side 3. That's off the mark. On the glass, too stiff. Chastain with a rebound. Flips it back off to Sanders, who puts it back up. Can't get it to fall down. Loose ball, fighting for it, and coming away with it is Silas. He can't get this one down, and Dryden has the rebound. Steps through, lost the basketball, gets it back somehow, fights and tips it up, and the ball goes out of bounds. Bishop back on as Sanders will come off. (26-17). I've got Schaefer tied up. Now he gets rid of it. Here's Schaefer. Long range 2. Shot up no good. Fighting for the basketball is Dryden. He kicks it ahead. Burchett stops, walks. No call. Back to Nelson. Left side is Xander Carter. Dribble drive on the baseline. Puts up a shot. Blocked away by Bishop. Nine-point lead for the Musketeers. Here's Nelson. Kicks it back out to Dryden, left of center. He looks at a double team, splits through the double team, forces it up off the window, no good. Chastain with a rebound. Brings it off to Noel, feeds it underneath, and had it raked away. Ashton Lacey with a nice takeaway. Nelson steps through, walk. Yeah, he sure did. Lost control of the basketball on the way to the rack. Here's Koger coming on. He'll replace Mullins. And we'll get Hopkins back on for Noel. So Schaefer, Hopkins, Koger, Chastain, and Bishop. 5 on the floor right now for the men in red. Carter, Nelson, Burchett, Dryden, and Lacey for the men in white. And now a tie-up as we fire it underneath. They'll get that one on Xander Carter, excuse me. His first, team's fourth. Rockets to trigger in underneath their own bucket. Schaefer to do so. Wanted to go to Bishop. They'll bring it off to Koger. Koger gives it right back to him. Lob it off to Bishop. Bishop in the paint. Takes off the right side and a foul. I believe they'll get that one on Ashton Lacey. That's exactly who they get it on. Griff Keaton will come in on the second free throw attempt as Will Bishop steps back to the Cisco Properties free throw line. First one's up is good. Lacey comes off. Griff Keaton back in. 26-19. Musketeers lead this one. Second free throw finds us mark as well. Bishop with 6 points in the ball game. Nelson streaks ahead. Kicks it off to Burchett. Burchett on the left corner. Feeds it off to Dryden left of center out near the volleyball line. They'll go back to Nelson. Nelson left side. Finds Xander Carter. Back to Dryden. Dryden attacks the zone. Goes to Nelson. He's all alone. He'll step in. Back to Xander Carter. 15-footer. Great ball movement there from the Musketeers. 28-19. Really attacking the zone that time. Burchett nearly had a picked ball out near midcourt. Take this one off to Chastain. That tickled the twine, but that was all it touched. Koger forces it back up, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Bishop. Dryden steps in and takes the offensive charge, and it's going the other way. They get the foul on Silas Schaefer. Dryden cut off at the elbow. Tries to force it backside as Xander Carter does so. He pulls it back in, fires it back out to Nelson on the left wing. Lob backside to Burchett, and it'll stay with Greenup County. 4:39 on arrested clock. 9-point lead for the Musketeers. Nelson to fire in. Brings in Xander Carter. Takes it right back. Looks at a little bit of a press by Koger. He'll dribble out near midcourt. Here comes Zane Carter to check in on the next dead ball. Dryden, dribble drive. Xander Carter tries to work it underneath the Keaton. It's stolen away. Silas Schaefer steps in and makes a great steal. Now the ball's loose. Fighting for it is Dryden, and he takes it away. Carter pitches ahead. Burchett off to Nelson. Nelson walked, shuffled his feet, sure did. Here comes Zane Carter back in as he'll get in for Brady Burchett. Championship game here of the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. East Carter victorious earlier this afternoon over Portsmouth West in the third place game. Here's Koger, catches and shoots, fires a three ball way off the mark. And that's an air ball, and out of bounds it goes, coming back to the Musketeers with 4 minutes to play here in the half. 9-point lead for the Musketeers with the basketball. They've led it by double digits a couple of times. Here's Dryden off the left side. Still looking at that zone, dribbles in, loses his dribble, flips it off now, around the horn it goes. Right side, Nelson. Nelson puts it on the deck one time left hand, now takes it to the left wing, high post left side, Carter. Dryden comes off the left elbow, feeds it into the corner. Nelson, spot up three on the way, yes. Brady Nelson has 14 in the basketball game. Here's Mullins, skip pass to the right side. That's off to Hopkins. Hopkins' floater on the baseline is good. Dryden has it in the lane quickly, and they're going to call him with a carry. And here comes Noel back in for Koger. 31-21, 3:17 to go in the opening half. Xander Carter applying pressure up near midcourt. Greenup County showing some high half-court pressure, if you will. Here's a three ball by Noel out of the left corner in front of the Greenup bench. Trims the deficit to 7. Dryden kicks it off to Nelson. Nelson right wing. A 1-2-2 zone drop, if you will. Nelson steps through, throws a dart off to Xander Carter, and he can't handle the pill. Out of bounds it goes. Turnover number 8 for the Musketeers. The Rockets have turned it over 10 themselves. 2:40 to play in the opening half. Here's a lob underneath to Bishop, and Zane Carter takes it away. Great job there by Zane to rip that one out. Nelson ahead. Pitches it off right side. Dryden, three ball on the way. No. Missed off the right side, and it goes out of bounds. Maybe you forced that one just a little early in the possession. Greenup County still shooting just a tick under 50% from the arc, 5 of 11. There's Hopkins, brings it off to Noel. Bishop on the baseline, backs in, nice move off the left side. And the 8th grader drops in his 8th point of the ball game. Sanders and Burchett to check in. It's down to 5. Nelson, Xander Carter. One look, feeds it off to his older brother, Zane. Zane dribbles out to the left corner. Around the horn it goes. Nelson into the keyhole, lobs it off to Xander. Three ball, left side. No, too stiff. Bishop with the rebound. Hopkins right side, layup, no. Ball rakes off the rim and comes into the hands of Zane Carter. Dryden curls it back to Nelson. Nelson throws it backside to Dryden. What a dart that he gets in there. And Dryden finishes with his 12th point. Give the assist to Brady Nelson. And then a turnover on the backside as Dryden picks this one off and tries to force it out to Nelson. and throws it away. Burchett and Lacey come on for Xander Carter and Griff Keaton. Chastain comes off, Sanders back on. 33-26. 1 minute to go in the first half. There's a wide open Hopkins on the backside, and Mullins feeds him the rock. (33-28), 44 seconds to go in the half. Leith Clark Wealth Management halftime show coming up at the break. Here's Dryden working on the heavy pressure and lost it. Trying to do a little too much there. Feeds it out to Noel. Right side layup is good, and it's down to 3. This was a double-digit lead by the Musketeers. Here's Dryden into the lane, stops, and they'll say a jump ball. And it's going back to the Rockets with a chance to tie or cut it to 1. 33-30. Here's Noel off the left side. Lost the handle on the pill. Gets it right back, though. Flips it out to Mullins. Mullins curls it back up top. Brings it now left side. Bounce pass off to Noel. Left side 3 on the way. In and out. No, but a stick back there by Bishop. And it's down to 1. Nelson launches a shot, but it won't go before the half. And that takes us to the break. Greenup County leading this one 33-32. Leith Clark Wealth Management System halftime shows up right after this on the Cool Hits GCHS TV Sports Network. At the half, Greenup County in front of Rockcastle County here in the championship game of the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. Let's take you back through this one. Greenup County led at 22-17 after 1 quarter of play. Musketeers had a 12-point edge, but the Rockets trim it to 5 after 1. Greenup County pulls out, pushed it back to 9, but the Rockets close with a nice run to end the first half. They outscore Greenup County 15-11 in the second quarter, and they trail this one by only 1 as we go into the locker room. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll check individual scoring and statistics here in the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic Championship game as we continue our coverage here on GCHS TV and the Cool Hits Sports Network. half, 33-32. Musketeers leading by 1. Let's check individual scoring and statistics as we welcome you back into the Leith Clark Wealth Management halftime show. For the Musketeers, 46.4%, 13 of 28 from the field, 5 of 12 from long range, 41.7%, only shooting 2 free throws, both of those from Rod Dryden. 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Musketeers have turned it over 11 times. Individual scoring looks like this. Brady Nelson leads the way with 14 points. He also has 3 assists in the basketball game. Dryden with 12.6 rebounds. Other scoring, Xander Carter with 5. Zane Carter has 2 for the Musketeers here in the opening half of action. For Rockcastle County, 50% from the field, 13 of 26. 28.6%, 2 of 7 from long range, 4 of 6, 67% from the charity stripe. All 4 of those have been made by Will Bishop. 12 rebounds, 4 on the offensive glass, 12 turnovers for the Rockets. Bishop leads the way with 10 points and 3 rebounds for the 8th grader. Other scoring, Logan Noel with 5, Hopkins has 4, Mullins 5, Matthew Chastain with 2, Jake Sanders with 6 points, 3 rebounds off the bench in about 9 minutes of playing time here in the first half. 1 point Musketeer lead. We'll take our final break. We come back. Second half action rolls on in the championship game of the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic right here on the Coit Sports Network and GCHS TV. At the half. Musketeers in front by 1 as we get you ready for the second half of action here in the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic Championship game. In the consolation game, it was a great game with East Carter and West Portsmouth as the Rangers, hang on for a 3-point win. Portsmouth West, the Senators almost made the full comeback, but a little bit too much Raiders down the stretch. 4 of the starting 5 finish in double figures. Mike Adams leads the way with 15. Trevin Tussey, 13. Donovan Dammer and Hunter Binion, each with 12. For the Senators, it was an 18-point effort by Nick Davis and Luke Howard as they came up just a little bit short. Stay tuned with us after the game as we'll have post-game commentary with head coach Robert Amos. And while we have a break in the action, I want to give a big shout-out to my students here at GCHS TV, Kiara Downing, Gavin Tussey on the cameras this afternoon, Aaliyah Grayson. Got 2 people there tied up. Sorry, Aaliyah. Aaliyah Grayson taking care of the production work. Haley Howard had the production work in game number 1. Musketeers will start off with Carter, Keaton, Nelson, and Dryden. For the visiting Rockets, it'll be Bishop, Mullins, Hopkins, Noel, and trying to see who the Chastain. Greenup County has the basketball to start the second half, working from right to left, and off we go. Here's Nelson, curls to the left, stops, gives it off to Xander Carter. He'll look to his older brother off to the right side now, Dryden. Dryden with the left hand, comes into the keyhole, 17-foot pull-up jumper, rolls in. Gets the friendly roll there. Dryden with 14 points in the basketball game, 6 rebounds for the 6'6 senior. Here's Bishop, looks backside. Chastain catches it and tied up underneath as Zane Carter will get called for the reach, his second. Clock resting, 7:30 to play. Here are the opening 30 seconds of the second half. Here's Bishop, left elbow, steps in, 13-footer, no good. Rebound pulled down by Chastain. Mullins fires a triple, shot up no good. And fighting forward on the other side is Chastain, and Carter can't come up with it. There's Noel. Far sideline, has the ball poked from behind by Nelson, but it will stay with the Rockets on the near sideline. 35-32, 7:07 to play in the third quarter. Noel with the basketball. Takes it off to the left side, feeds it back out to Hopkins. Hopkins surveying. Lobs it into Bishop. Bishop catches on the right elbow, one step to the left. Noel steps in, 18-foot pull-up jumper, air ball. Dryden has the rebound, wants to push it ahead off to Nelson. Nelson right side, scoop, shot good. Nice take there by Brady Nelson. Put the assist out to Dryden. Noel comes forward, lost the handle on the peel for just a second. Nelson nearly rakes it away. Bishop, heavy pressure, turns and lobs it into the front row on the far sideline. Well, we have a break in the action here real quick. Hello to C-Ray 1231 watching from Hilton Head, South Carolina. Says go GC. If you got us tuned in today on YouTube, hit us with a message on the chat screen. We'll give you a shout out on the broadcast here. 37-32, 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Musketeers leading by 5 here in the championship game of the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. Nelson comes near side next to his coach, hands it off there. No, fakes the handoff, keeps it, curls it off to Zane Carter. Carter goes through, draws the contact. No foul comes, but the ball goes out of bounds and it'll stay with the Musketeers. Nelson surveys, lobs it all the way back out toward Dryden, but it's stolen away by Noel. Noel stops, 8-footer on the baseline, gets the friendly roll. Converts the turnover into a bucket, lead down to 3. Here's Keaton, high post right side, Dryden, kicks it off left side, Xander Carter. Back to Dryden in between the rings. Nelson gives it off to Keaton, 15-footer from the free throw line is off the mark, no good. Rebound pulled out by Nelson, and Nelson turns off the left side, is good. Back to 5, Nelson with 18. There's Noel, stops, left side, Chastain. Lob past Mullins in front of his coach, Andrew Cash. Feeds it off to Bishop in the keyhole, and then he has it stolen away by Dryden. He wants to push the action. He'll stop, pulls the triple, 3 on the way, front iron short the whole way. Nelson comes away with a rebound. Takes it off to Keaton, left side, shot up no good. Gets the rebound. Puts it back up. And Keaton sticks it up and in, 41-34. Here's Bishop right down the center and a hold. They'll say it was on the floor before the shot goes up. We got the foul on Griff Keaton. That's his second. Team foul number 2. Off to Dryden. Dryden goes up and has to go with a soft layup. He was thinking dunk, but instead he'll put it in. It's a full timeout. 43-34. Musketeers lead this one by 9. We're back in 60 seconds on the Coolidge Sports GCHS TV network. Quarter of action here in the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here on GCHS TV as well as the Coolidge Sports Network. Here's Mullins, floater in the lane, shot up no good. Dryden fights for the rebound and pulls it in. 8th rebound for the big man. Works off the left side, has the shot blocked away by Bishop. Rockets down 9, had this one down to 1 at the half. Have never led in this basketball game. Tries to feed it underneath, and this time Zane Carter steals it away. Dryden knifing his way off the left side, feeds it off to Nelson. Nelson back off to Xander Carter. Dryden, right elbow, Xander Carter all alone, 3 on the way, no. Dryden fights for the rebound and a tie-up. With the foul on Matthew Chastain. That's his first. Team foul number 1. He'll come off, and in comes Jake Sanders. Sanders had a big first half, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Nelson lobs it in. Carter feeds it off to Dryden. Now Nelson in the corner right side. Goes in, just outside the paint, way too stiff off the glass. And then Brady called for the tie-up. That's his first, team's third. Nine-point edge for the Musketeers here in this championship game. Noel, left side, now brings it right side. Bounce pass off to Hopkins in the right corner. He'll get it right back all alone. Steps into a 3-ball, left it short. Off the top of the backboard, Dryden pulls it down. His 10th rebound of the afternoon. Streaks into the lane and walked. And that's one of the things there. He walked, but he got fouled before he walked. You can't call one and not the other. There was a reason why he walked, because he was fouled headed to the rack. Here's Noel. Bounce pass in to Hopkins, gives it off to Bishop. Bishop steps through, has it raked away. Green pass numbers, 3-on-1. Nelson back to Carter. Carter left side, good. Zane Carter with a bucket. Brady Nelson with the assist, and the lead's back to 11. Hopkins working on Dryden, tight ropes the baseline. Nelson gets on the deck, steals it away. 3-on-2, Nelson left side, reverse layup, good. Brady Nelson pushes it out to a 13-point lead, largest it's been for the Musketeers this afternoon. Freedom County trying to play run and jump. Mullins off to Bishop, Bishop left block. Spins left, looks into a double team, has it raked away, feeds it back out. Mullins left of center. Right side Hopkins gives it into Sanders. Nice touch there by the big man as he catches and spins off the right side for a bucket. He has 8 points in the ball game. A couple of subs each way coming in at the next dead ball situation. Dryden sizing it up, comes off the right elbow, or the left elbow, excuse me. Back to Nelson, out beyond the arc, working on Noel. 11-point lead for the Musketeers. Nelson penetrates, stops, turns, flips it off to Dryden. Right side three from the wing on the way, no. Ball tipped around. Coming out with it is Noel. Pitches it ahead, and the only person open was somebody standing on the far sideline. And we're going to get Keaton and Xander Carter will come off as Burchett and Lacey will check in. And then 3 subs coming on for the Rockets. Nelson with a basketball. Bounces it off to Dryden. Dryden penetrates down the center of the lane. Lost the handle on the peel. It was raked out of bounds. We'll say that he touched it last, though. 14th turnover of the basketball game for the Musketeers. Here's Noel, pulls for a jumper. Shot up no good. And Schaefer trying to rake it back in. We'll say that Dryden touches it last. Into the corner, ball poked away. Minute 28 to go here in the third. 11-point lead by the Musketeers. Schaefer to fire in, does so off the Noel left wing. Turns, reverses back to Schaefer. Spot up three, that's way short. Right into the hands of Chastain. That may have been partially blocked, but into the hands of Sanders. (47-38), down to 9 as we approach the 1-minute mark. Nelson off the right side. Floater left that one short the whole way. I think he was expecting some contact. Chastain has the rebound. Ahead are the Rockets inside of a minute. Feeds it out to Sanders, left side, back down to Koger. Koger lost the handle on the basketball. Brady Burchett feeds it out to Nelson. Nelson stops, tries to draw the contact. Nothing comes. He'll empty it off the left side for his 22nd point. Nelson nearly stole that one away, read it out near the midcourt stripe. 30 seconds to play. Noel feeds it off to Sanders, left side up, good. Jake Sanders, 12 points off the bench today. Down to 9, opportunity for the Musketeers to push it back to double figures. Nelson off to Dryden. Dryden steps through. Finger roll off the rim, good. Back to 10, 9 seconds to go. Ahead, Koger. Back to Noel, 4 seconds. Drops it off, it's stolen away. Out to Nelson. Nelson, finger roll, good if it'll go, but it won't. Great look out by Dryden. And Nelson's shot finds iron, but won't go down. 51-41. Check that, 51-40 as we go to the 4th and final quarter. We're back after this on the Coach Sports GCHS TV network. Head to the 4th quarter. Greenup County leading this one 51-40. Inbound comes in, and off we go. Koger lobs it off to Chastain. Chastain catches it left side, gives it off to Sanders. Sanders floater in the lane, shot up no good. Rebound pulled out by Dryden. Wants to hurry it ahead, puts a shot up, and that's going the other way. They were making that call against Dryden before he even made contact. That was a predetermined charge. His second, team fourth. Burchett, Nelson, Zane Carter, Lacey, and Dryden. 5 on the floor for the Musketeers. Sanders, Chastain, Koger, Hopkins, and Noel. 5 on the floor for the Rockets. 13-point lead, the largest it's been for the Musketeers. They lead it by 11. This was down to a 1-point deficit at the halftime. Greenup County's opened it up nicely here as we start the fourth quarter. Here's Hopkins off the window, good with a high kiss. Hopkins' 6th point of the ball game. Nelson gets a screen, bounce pass off Burchett, left side 3 on the way, yes! Brady Burchett makes it rain from downtown Tripletown. Give the assist to Nelson, his 5th in the ball game. Inside of 7 to play. Koger steps through, floater off the left side, shot up no good. Fighting for the rebound is Koger, he gets it right back. They'll give it off to Noel, shot up no good. Nelson has the rebound. And then a foul coming against Brady Nelson. That's his 2nd, team's 5th. Xander Carter back in the ball game as Lacey will come off. 54-42. 6:39 to go in the ball game. Can the Rockets make one more run at the Musketeers here in the championship event? Here's a shot high up off the glass, way too stiff. Dryden has the rebound. They've got Xander Carter wide open, and he'll put it up and in on the right side. Greenup County tonight have 11 assists on 24 made baskets. And a timeout, Greenup County. A full timeout. We're back in 60 seconds on the GCHS TV Coed Sports Network. .42, 6:12 to go in the ball game as we welcome you back into the championship game of the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. Big shout out to Dustin Paxson, who checks in saying, loves the setup, the team doing a great job, and I couldn't have said it better myself. So all my students here for GCHS TV taking care of the camera work, the production work, trying to make me look good. That's a hard thing to do. Kira Downing, Gavin Tussey on the cameras today, Aaliyah Grayson taking care of the production work here in this second game. Very proud of the kiddos for all the work they've done here this weekend, taking care of all 4 games in the event here for the Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. Nelson, hounded by Koger, attacks, feeds it off to Burchett. Burchett head fake, Brings it back out to Xander Carter. 15-foot pull-up jumper from the left elbow is good. Give the assist to Burchett. Xander Carter with his 9th point. Leads out to 16, the largest it's been in the ball game. 58-42. There's a ball nearly stolen away. And then a kicked ball as Mullins tries to force underneath. Here comes Noel back in the ball game. He'll replace Koger. 58-42, 5:22 to go in the ball game. And Noel will trigger in. Stay tuned with us after the contest. We'll talk with head coach Robert Amos. Get his thought process on if they can hang on a championship here on the home floor and an 8-2 record. Ball nearly tipped away. Dryden had a chance to steal it and couldn't get it. And then Mullins hesitated for just a second and throws it out of bounds. Nelson races it ahead. As we cross the 5-minute mark on this possession. Dryden crosses over, goes behind his back left side, steps through, and's fouled. He'll go to the Cisco Properties free throw line for 2, as they'll get that one on Daniel Mullins. That's his first team foul, number 2. And Rod Dryden to the Cisco Properties free throw line for a pair on the afternoon. Dryden 2 for 2 from the charity stripe as he gets the first one to roll home. 19 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists in the ball game. Second free throw up is good. Put him at 20. Nelson leading the way with 22. It's an 18-point lead for the Musketeers, 60-42. Midway through the fourth quarter. There's Hopkins left side. Throws over top to Noel. Noel catches a deep 3 from the right wing, misses everything. Out of bounds it goes, back to the Musketeers it comes. Dryden starts on the far sideline. Mr. Official says, come to me. Rockcastle County will try to apply the pressure. Nelson breaks it with ease. Dribbling behind his back a couple of times. Shows off some sweet ball handling skills. Hounded there by Noel. Trying to break the 5-second call. Zane Carter, just before the 5-second call comes. Here's Dryden, step through. Finger roll left side with a glide. The 6'6 senior empties in his 12th point of the afternoon. 62-42, a 20-point edge for the Musketeers. What a difference 24 hours has made for this team. Xander Carter has Noel tied up, and Brady Burchett steals it away. They've got a 3-on-2. Burchett gives it off to Xander Carter. Right side is good after the left-handed give, and a timeout called by Andrew Cash. A 30-second timeout by the Rockets. This 30-second timeout brought to you by Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State for complete collision repair work at prices you can afford. See the professionals at Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State. They get your vehicle looking brand new again. That's Monroe Collision Centers of the Tri-State for all your collision repair works needs. 64-42, 3:59 to go in the ball game. Big shout out to all of my crew members today in game number 1. Callie Ramsey on camera. Haley Howard taking care of the production work. Kent Robinson and I had the call of the game. And here in game 2, Kiera Downing and Gavin Tussey on camera. Aaliyah Grayson taking care of the production work. And fabulous job by all the kids here at GCHS TV for taking care of this event here on this holiday break. Big shout out to the crew back at the Coed Sports Network studios, doing a fabulous job as always this weekend as well on all 4 games for East Carter and Greenup County. And now we get a tie-up as they'll get that one on Brady Nelson. That's his 3rd. Team foul number 6, so the next foul on the Musketeers will have Rockcastle County shooting the bonus. Noel to trigger in underneath his own bucket. Surveys, comes to Mullins in the corner. He'll fire a quick 3, nails it. Daniel Mullins' 8th point of the ball game. 64-45. Nelson separates from Noel, walks it into the front court. Bounce pass off to Zane Carter on the right side, feeds it into Burchett on the block, back to Xander. Ran the horn they go, brings it off to Dryden. Dryden wants to attack, steps through, and walks. Tries to get the glide through about 3 guys, and they keep tying him up. So, 17th turnover. We've had 40 turnovers in this basketball game, 23 on Rockcastle County. They go off to Bishop. Bishop on the left side, working on Zane Carter. Hands it off to Hopkins. He's tied up there by Xander. Noel left side, gives it into Bishop, and Zane Carter gets called for the reach, his 3rd. Team foul number 7 will shoot bonus the rest of the way, as Will Bishop will step to the Cisco Properties free throw line for 1+. Bishop's first free throw is up, is good. One more. Bishop with 11 points in the basketball game. Graham County with 3 players in double figures. Dryden and Nelson each with 22. Xander Carter with 11 as Bishop finishes for his 12th point. He equals Jake Sanders' 12. 64-47. Inside of 3 minutes to play. Left side, Zane Carter brings it off to Xander. He'll pop the triple. Left side 3 is good. Give the assist to Big Bro. 67-47, lead back to 20. Here's Hopkins, brings it off to Bishop. Bishop steps in the lane. Left-handed hook shot's good. That 8th grader is solid. Give him 14 points. Nelson. And that's going the other way. That's number 4 on Nelson. Nelson asking for some help of being held. He's got to be careful on that official. That guy handed out
4 tackle foul in this building yesterday, and 2 more in another game before he got here.
Portsmouth West fans are not a fan of him whatsoever. Here's a nice feed on the back door. Jonathan Hopkins finishes with a deuce. 67-51. And now the ball thrown out of bounds on the far sideline. 2:08 to go, 16-point deficit. Is it too much for the Rockets to overcome? Stay tuned with us after the game. We'll take a look at all the scoring and stats. We'll talk with head coach Robert Amos, as well as get you the trophy presentation ceremony. That's coming up in the postgame show. Here's Noel, pops a 3, right side, no good. Off the mark. Dryden has the rebound on the right block. Steps through off the window. Good. Counted and 1. Rod Dryden, his 24th point. They'll get the foul on Noel, his first team foul number 3. And Dryden at the Cisco Properties free throw line for a chance at a 3-point play. 69-51. Make it 70 as his 25th point flies through.
Dryden with another double.
There's Noel out of the right corner. 1 dribble. Skip pass left side, Mullins. Mullins steps into a 3. Too stiff, no good. Nice rebound by Zane Carter. Nelson sprints ahead, goes behind his back, turns, reverses it back out to Xander Carter in between the rings. 90 seconds to play in the ball game. Musketeers are going to win this one and become the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic champions. Dryden works off the baseline, goes up on the window, good. 27 points for the senior. Noel tries to force it underneath. Zane Carter fighting for the ball, and they'll say he touches it last. And Dryden, a little gimpy after the last bucket, and now we're going to clear the bench for the Musketeers. Trenton Hanna, Jonah Gibson. Let's see, no, check that. Nick Hewitt, Logan Bays, Boone Gibson, and Carson Wireman. 5 more names for me to have to write in the newspaper. Here's Mullins, works to the left side. Hopkins, floater in the lane's good. 72-53. Wireman loses the handle on the pill as Noel takes it away. Finished with his 9th point. 35 seconds to go. Wireman with a fresh haircut. Takes it off the far sideline. Stops, gives it off to Hannah. Hannah 15-footer from the elbow, air ball. And then Noel steps out of bounds. They're going to get a foul on Carson Wireman. So we'll go to the other end for one in the bonus. And some substitutes for Rockcastle County. 72-55. As Logan Noel will shoot 1+. First one is up, is good. One more. Here comes Brock Thomas as he'll get Trenton Hanna, Carson Wireman, and Logan Bays comes off, and into the ball game is Ethan Blevins and Jonah Gibson. Second free throw is good. 72-57. 25 seconds to go in this ball game. Boone Gibson out top. Brings it off now to Ethan Blevins. Blevins a couple of dribbles to the left. Looks back right to Boone Gibson. 10 seconds to go. Musketeers are going to be your 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. They'll win this one today, 72-57. We'll take a break. We come back. The trophy presentation here in the postgame show. Musketeers are the champs, 72-57. We'll talk about it when we return here on Cool Sports Network and GCHS TV. Game show as we welcome you back into the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. Greenup County they're their champs, 72-57 with a winner over Rockcastle County. We go to the floor and the trophy presentation as Rockcastle County will finish as the runners-up. As Mr. Stultz will present the runner-up trophy to the Rockets of Rockcastle County. They fall here today 72-57. They put up a valiant effort. They trailed by 12 in the first half. Came back, made this a one-point game at the break. But then Greenup County a little bit too much for And Greenup County taking the championship trophy as Griff Keaton comes out and gets the hardware. And the Musketeers are your 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Champions. Let's take a break. We come back, we'll take a look at individual scoring and statistics. We'll talk with head coach Robert Amos and wrap it up here from the greenhouse. The 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classics in the books, and the Greenup County Musketeers are your champs. They win at 72-57. We'll talk about it when we return here on the Coed Sports GCHS TV Sports Network. Back here at the greenhouse, 72-57. Greenup County wins this one and are the champs of the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Classic. It really turned out to be the third quarter to be the tale of the outcome of this ballgame. Greenup County outscores Rockcastle County 18-8. They trailed by only one, the Rockets, after trailing by 12 in the first quarter. But then Greenup County opened up a sizable lead and pushed it out to as many as 20 before taking this one to the wire, 72-57. Let's take a look at our individual scoring and statistics. Musketeers shoot at 53.6%, 30 of 56 from the field, 7 of 17, 41.2% from beyond the arc, a perfect 5 of 5, all of those from Rod Dryden from the charity stripe this afternoon. 24 rebounds, 8 offensive, 14 assists off of 30 made baskets for the Musketeers. Leading the way, Rod Dryden, 27 points, 13 rebounds. Brady Nelson chips in with 22. He also had 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Xander Carter with 14. Zane Carter has 4. Griff Keaton with 2. Brady Burchett with 3. For the visiting Rockets, they were led by the 8th grader Will Bishops, 14 points. 4 players finishing in double figures for them. Logan Noel with 11. Jonathan Hopkins with 10. Daniel Mullins has 8. Matthew Chastain with 2. Jake Standers with 12. They shoot at 46% from the field. 3 of 14, 21.4% from beyond the arc. 80% on 8 of 10 from the charity stripe. 21 rebounds, 9 offensive. They turn it over 23 times in the ball game. Put it all together, 72-57 is your final score. We'll take our final break. We'll talk with Coach Robert Amos when we return right after this on the Coed GCHS TV Sports Network. back here on the Coed Sports GCHS Sports Network, joined with head coach Robert Amos. And, Coach, first off, congratulations on a win here on your championship floor.
We'll take it. We got off to a really good start and, went away from what got us the lead. They clawed back. I think they got it within one at one time, and then we just stuck with our 2-2-1 back to 2-3 and trapped more out of it. And, we started scoring in transition a lot better and not the ball as much. But my hat's off to them. It's a long trip for Rockcastle County, and they challenged us. And, they stayed in their zone. I think they played man maybe, 5 minutes of the game. So, you're going to go against a variety of things, and that's what this holiday break's been about. I think we faced anything from a triangle and 2 to a 1-3-1, and, my guys have responded for the most part.
When you see the lead go to only one going into the locker room, you guys come out, you put up your best defensive quarter in the third quarter. You outscore them 18-8, and it was one of the things you really got after them on the defensive side of the basketball, and that's when things started leading those easy transition buckets.
Yeah, we're better when we get out in transition. That's really our game. We're not a half-court thing. We're going to have to improve on that to win in March, but we had a lot of selfless play tonight. We just pitched ahead. We had a lot of guys in the scoring column, and Burchett came back. It's his second game back, and he played a solid game for us. He's still a little rusty, but he's working at it. And everybody that played contributed tonight.
Rod had a big game tonight, 27 points, 13 rebounds. But one of the biggest stats on the stat sheet we and I were talking about, I have you 14 assists on 30 made baskets. You assist on half your made baskets. Pretty good night.
Oh, it's a great night, and they played very unselfishly. It's a kind of a tale of two games. The game against Portsmouth West, that was one of the worst games I've ever been a part of in 12 years in doing this. But they responded. They were excited. I had kind of a feel in the locker room they were going to play well tonight, and even when they hit some adversity, they still shared the basketball, and we were able to knock down a lot of shots.
8-2 going into the new year, and district play on the other side of that. How big is that for this team?
Yeah, we got some momentum going right now. And the racing game, here in a matter of 10 days, we got 2 district games, and then against a neutral site game at the Hoosier Gym in between those two. But obviously the 2 district games are the most important thing, with seed purposes, and it's both of them's on the road. So we're going to be battle tested, and hopefully we can put a good product on the floor with this team. I think they'll be ready to play, but I'm giving them off tomorrow. Then we got 3 days to prepare for a very talented wrestling team.
Head Coach Robert Amos joining us here in the postgame show. Coach, always a pleasure. Congratulations on the championship, my friend.
Thank you.
Happy New Year's. We'll talk to you after the break.
Same to you. Thanks.
That'll do it for us here this afternoon. My producer jumped the gun just a little bit. She's ready to get out of here. But before we get out of here, I want to say a big thanks to all of my crew today. In game number 1, Callie Ramsey and Haley Howard taking care of game number 1. And then here in game 2, Aaliyah Grayson, Kiera Downing, and Gavin Tussey taking care of this one. I had Ben Smith, Noah Smith yesterday with us as we took care of all 4 games. And very appreciative of all of their hard work here with GCHS TV, and as well as all the great folks that's sent out so many great well wishes for the crew. I've passed that along to all the kids, and they're doing a fabulous job here. Final here this afternoon, 72-57, Musketeers win it. They're the 2019 Stultz Pharmacy Holiday Champions. For everyone with GCHS TV and the Coed Sports Network, I'm Jim saying have a happy new year, and thanks for tuning in to another broadcast of Greenup County Basketball. Have a great afternoon, everyone.